Hello, all you beautiful people. Welcome to another Watchalong on the Hockey Podcast Network. Today, we're going to be doing the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars. I'm Griffin Youngs, joined by Christian Belay. We are the hosts of the Tell It Avs It Is podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. Thank you so very much for joining us. We are really looking forward to this one. Christian, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you got the memo that we had to both wear the same jersey today.
We finally matched for once. You're not wearing your stadium series jersey.
Yeah, so we're looking good. But I'm really excited for this game, man. We got just a great day of sports ahead of us. This will be a great prelude to hopefully a great Super Bowl.
Yep, we got Super Bowl coming later tonight. I have the Avalanche to distract me from the Capitals losing to the Ottawa Senators right now, which I very much appreciate. The Avalanche are just my savior this season. If I didn't have them,
they truly are, man.
I'd probably be insane at this point. If they were like bad, I'd be insane right now.
Yeah, I'd be like we've lost one game in the span of almost 2 months, and it kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, I mean, we even look back to the last Dallas game, which I'd say is like the last normal game that we lost. That was in late November. Like in that same stretch, we'd lost that crazy game to the Leafs, the Sens, and 2 games to Nashville. That's it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like this team just doesn't lose. But we've got a big week ahead of us. I know the Avs have taken on a little bit of inferior opponents these past couple of games, but man, these next 4, which started with the Tampa Bay game on Thursday. Am I getting my days right?
Yeah, Thursday.
We've got some damn good hockey games that the Avs are going to be playing.
Yeah, it's going to be a real fun week, and thank you to everyone for joining us for this one. Let's get to some of these comments here. We've got Isha saying Dallas 4-3 in OT for his prediction.
Boo. Isha, I said something nice about the Wild last night too, and I got kind of ridiculed on Twitter about it.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I get for being nice to Minnesota.
Yeah. We got a 4-2 Avs score prediction, a 3-2 Avs and OT prediction. I think it's going to be real fun. We got our man Jacob saying going to be 3-1 Avs. We're going to do the reverse Stars to what they did to us earlier in the season. And Front Row Productions, good to see you again, my friend. He is taking the Avalanche 5-2 in this one. I agree with that one. I think this is going to be a very good game. Connoisseur saying Mikko's going to pop off today. I think Mikko's potting 2 goals today. I'm going to come out and say that now.
He's due.
He's due for a couple. We got our main man, Josh, the nervous system of these live streams, who runs it all, saying 6-3 for the Avs. Pretty good score prediction. Love the Avs score predictions. We got the Beer Sports Whatever podcast joining us. Thank you so much for joining us, my friend. We do appreciate it. How's it going, Josh? Thank you so much for setting this up and for joining us. And Jacob saying, hold up, y'all ain't wearing a Kale jersey? What are you doing? I actually just got a Cale Makar jersey. I do not have it yet, but Christian, beautiful man that he is, went to Ball Arena and got me a Cale Makar jersey that is currently on the way. And so maybe for the Vegas game that we're doing later this week, I might be wearing a brand new Cale Makar jersey.
That'd be sweet. You never know with the U.S. postal system, though, man.
you truly do never know. Sometimes it might be in California by now, even though you sent it from Colorado.
Because that would make sense.
You don't know. Isha's saying Stars will beat Avs. And, you know, as much as I want to go boo and boo Isha, boo Wild, boo Canucks, the Stars are one mountain that we have not climbed yet this season because we've only played them once. We've only played them once since we lost to them in the playoffs. So I'm very interested to see what we do today going on the road to Dallas. As great as we've been, we beat Tampa Bay last week in what was another outstanding playoff-like game. I really want to see what we do in this game. And if we can go to Dallas and see how we beat them, if we do it all, if it's going to be a close OT or shootout game, or if we run them out of the building like we do with a lot of teams. And Dallas has been a lot better lately. So I think we're in for a treat.
This is going to be a good game. I agree. This is kind of a stepping stone game for the Avs. Can you conquer the beast that has plagued you for the past 3 years? This is like the one team that plays the Avalanche well.
Yeah. When is the last time we beat Dallas? Like, just period.
That's a good question, man. I don't remember it off the top of my head. Bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
Itchy today.
I know. That's honestly, I don't remember the last time we beat them. So
I remember going into that the bubble playoff series, it looked like we were going to play Dallas in the first round anyway that season because of how good St. Louis was, unless we ended up catching St. Louis at the end of the year. And Dallas swept us, unless I'm mistaken. Didn't we play them 4 times and lose all 4?
I can't remember. Man.
Because I was monitoring those playoffs pretty closely. And from what I remember, either we lost 3 or we lost 4. But I remember we did not beat them in that regular season.
Yeah, they're just our nemesis, man. They're a good forechecking team. They play a lot like Vegas does. And they're really tough to beat for the Avs. But the one thing I'm encouraged about is this is probably the healthiest the Avs have been all year, which means there's going to be an injury today, sadly.
It's inevitable. Someone is going to go down. Is Helm back yet? Is he back in the lineup?
Yeah, he played on Thursday.
That's true. Yeah.
They took out Curtis McDermott, which was cruel.
That's the thing with Darren Helm. He plays and you don't notice him at all. But
yeah,
that's just his thing. Because Cap Friendly still has him on IR for some reason. So I was
interesting.
I thought he played on Thursday, but
he was definitely back.
I had no memory of him playing on Thursday because on the ice. So, there it is. Now it's fixed. I just hadn't refreshed it in 2 weeks.
That'll help.
Jacob saying I'll be wearing my daddy Mark Stone jersey this Wednesday. We'll got the Kale and Mark Stone matchup for this one. I'm looking. We've been really wanting to do a Vegas, Colorado live stream on here ever since we did our first one in November, and got delayed, pushed back to here, and this Wednesday we're finally going to be able to do it. And we're not just doing one; we're doing the other one at the end of the month too, because the Vegas games, those are the main event of the season,
without a doubt. Main event. We need to watch those ones. It's kind of a bummer that they're both going to be on the second half of a back-to-back for the Avs.
Well, Vegas is for this one on Wednesday. I think they are too. So it even.
Oh, okay, good. That's good news. Well, we're almost set for puck drop. It looks like we're doing the final intros. What's your final score prediction for the game, Griffin?
I've been going back and forth on this one all day. I think the Avs win it. I'm gonna put my final down as 4-2, but I would not be surprised if this game goes to overtime.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-1 Avs. Empty netter.
I like that one. I think this is going to be an entertaining game. I don't think it's going to be super high scoring like a lot of Av games sometimes. I think this is going to be an intense checking game. I don't think we're going to see a goal for a little bit, honestly. In typical our live stream fashion, I think we're going to be left goalless for a little while.
That's not surprising. I mean, especially the way Darcy Kemper's been playing lately too. I like those odds. Last time we went to Dallas, he got a little bit of bad luck. I think they scored twice in the first minute and a half of the game.
Joe Pavelski did both.
Yeah.
And he's definitely scoring today. Joe Pavelski is absolutely scoring, and puck drop is down. Puck is down. Avalanche and Stars underway. Thank you so very much for joining us for this one. I think we're in for a treat for this one. 15 seconds into this one already. A couple turnovers already, but the Stars wearing their
gross jerseys. They're gross.
Are these the reverse retro jerseys? How come they're allowed to have them? No,
those are just their alternates. The reverse retros were the all whites.
Oh, that's true. Those were the all white. They released them at the same time, which was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have their glow in the dark neon jerseys for this one, which is gonna be very distracting for the whole game.
It's the worst. I think they're some of the worst jerseys out there. We kind of buried the lead here, man. We forgot Nathan MacKinnon's back.
Yeah, Nathan MacKinnon, after taking that stick to the face, or his own stick to the face, against the Boston Bruins a couple weeks ago, and just absolutely shattered his poor face. And he's back for this one. Looks like he's still well on schedule. Looks like the concussion wasn't too serious. And the Avalanche, they took care of business against Tampa Bay without him, which is an incredibly encouraging sign.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, what was that stat? 11-2 without him this year?
Yeah, 11-2-1 without him, and
that's pretty good.
The Blues loss, the second game of the year, the last Dallas loss, and Arizona. That's it.
I forgot he didn't play in that first Dallas game.
I did too, but that was he didn't come back until December for that one because he got hurt.
Nice.
He got hurt after the Blue Jackets. All right, Nas. Just bury that for Sammy. All right, Avalanche looking good so far already, moving the puck pretty well so far. One thing I really do want to watch out for in this game for the Stars is Jason Robertson and Joe Pavelski.
Oh, he's been on fire lately, dude.
Yeah, Jason. I know we all talk about like Devon Toews and everyone else as the most underrated player in the league. From my unbiased opinion, that is Jason Robertson. He does not get enough love for just how outstanding he is. He got buried. Yeah, he got buried beneath Kaprizov last year for Rookie of the Year, and rightfully so. Kaprizov's a superstar. But Jason Robertson has really flown under the radar as just an outstanding piece for Dallas.
Yeah, he's been great, man. Oh, bro, they got Curtis McDermott in the lineup. We are fucking ready to roll.
Look who's talking. Logan O'Connor and Curtis McDermott talking to each other. Oh,
let's go.
My two favorite players of all time.
Ooh, Darcy, good save.
All right. Good saves for Darcy. He's been so much better these last couple of days. It's funny that the Avalanche goaltending trade talks have dried up lately. I just think that's interesting.
It's funny what happens when a goalie gets hot, because that we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, imagine having an actual competent backup and being able to take that pressure off yourself.
Yeah, be great.
Yeah, we haven't had that for 2 seasons.
I do miss Jonas Johansson. I do miss JoJo.
I miss JoJo, but apparently Florida needed him because now he's their backup.
It still pisses me off, man.
Yeah. Look who we got in the comments here. We got our main man, Danelle. What up, guys? Here on vacation from work, watching one of my local teams out of the New York area right now. Devils versus Penguins, watching you guys online. Thank you so much for joining us today, Danelle. He missed earlier. I did get a new Cale Makar jersey that is currently on its way here. Full.
Let him know it's Adidas, too. It's not the Fanatics one.
Full authentic Adidas jersey that will hopefully be here for the next live stream that we'll be doing on Wednesday, but looking forward to it as well. We got 7:15 to go here in the first period. Still no score so far. Pretty much a feel out process so far. It's about what I expected.
Yeah, kind of just what you expect. I mean, Dallas had one shot. Avs have had one kind of chance. But we'll see. I think this game's going to pick up here in a little bit.
I agree with that. Then we're going to be seeing Dallas again on Tuesday. So this could get pretty chippy here pretty fast. These two teams are going to be pretty sick of each other.
If they already weren't sick of each other.
Very true. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone for joining us for this stream. You guys drive the bus here with comments and likes and subscribing. So anything you guys can do really does help us out here. And again, we really do appreciate you spending your Super Bowl Sunday with us before the game starts between the Bengals and the Rams. If you guys want to subscribe, we just hit 1,000 subscribers here on the Hockey Podcast Network. And wow, I mean, you look at a year ago, I don't think we were anywhere close to that. So thank you to everyone.
We appreciate all of you.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who's joined us over the last couple of months and ready for this game to pick up here any moment. We got Danelle saying, so today is the Super Bowl Sunday. Who you guys got tonight, Rams or Bengals? Christian, you first.
Bengals all day.
I want the Bengals to win because I love Joe Burrow, but I don't know if I trust that offensive line with against the Bengals defense or against the Rams defense. So I
don't
think
either, but I just my heart wants me to go with the Bengals, so I'm going to do it.
Even though I'm a Ravens fan, I love Joe Burrow. Heart says Bengals, brain says Rams. I'm going to say it goes to OT, 30-24 Rams.
Wow, you're going OT. It's been a
crazy. I think it's a crazy playoffs. It's going to end in OT, and the Rams win it at home.
That's fair. I mean, if you're looking for crazy Super Bowl props, go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code THPN. There are a ton of fun props to bet this Super Bowl. I already have a couple loaded up. I have the first kickoff being a touchback. I think I got that -112.
Nice.
That's what we're rolling with. But yeah, make sure you use promo code THPN at DraftKings Sportsbooks, and you can bet some fun props like I'm doing.
Yep, and that's a seamless transition there, man. We're getting good at this hosting.
I know. It's like we've done a couple of these before.
Right?
Thank you.
All right, we got an icing on Dallas. We got 15:06 to go in the first period. Still no score. Shots on goal, 1 apiece. And we got Jacob saying it's actually 1.03K subscribers because you guys are all. Jacob's saying he's picking the Bengals. I feel like everyone's picking the Bengals.
America wants the Bengals to win.
America wants the Bengals. I want the Bengals. But Joe Burrow, we can't forget, he did lead the league in sacks. He got sacked more than any quarterback this season.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line's atrocious.
Yeah.
But the Bengals have won me a lot of money this year. I'm going to keep riding with them.
If the Bengals offensive line can hold off and protect Joe Burrow, I think they win. I just don't think they do.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting game. I just hope it's a good game. All I want is a good game.
I think it's going to be a great game. I would be stunned if this game's a blowout for either side. It would be very disappointing if the Rams just crush them It would be really disappointing.
Oh, Nathan MacKinnon!
He's
MacKinnon! It was tipped by Landeskog.
Captain Landy gets the Avalanche
baby.
board, and it is 1-0 pretty early in this one. Landeskog beats Holtby on the deflection. Nathan MacKinnon is officially back in the lineup, and you see the difference right away. Let's watch how all of this developed because I was distracted.
Yeah,
Cale McCall picks up a bad pass off the boards. MacKinnon carries that from the blue line and just throws it on goal right through some traffic. Both Rantanen and Landeskog were there. Let's see who actually got their stick on it.
I think it was Landy.
It was definitely Landy. Landy reached across. That's an outstanding deflection by Gabe Landeskog. Deflects that down.
Games with tips for him, man.
And bounces right through Braden Holtby. It is 1-0 for the good guys early on. 14:29 to go in the first. Just the second shot on goal for the Avs ends up in the back of the net. Already doing much better than the first time we played the Stars.
Yeah, for real. This is crazy. I mean, because here's the thing, man. Like, the Avs are significantly better than the Stars. Like,
yeah.
Without a doubt, they're better. It's just they've been a thorn in our side. We cannot beat them.
Yeah, and ever since they beat us in the playoffs, we haven't had the opportunities to beat them. We played them literally once since then. So it's just we've had that loss hanging over our heads for nearly 2 years.
It's been far too long with it, man. So that's the frustrating part, I think, for Avs fans. I'm sure every team in the NHL can relate. I mean, you as a Caps fan, you guys were probably better than the Penguins a lot of the time, but you just couldn't beat them.
It was pretty close most of the time.
Pretty close, but like I'm sure every NHL team has a team where they cannot beat them.
I mean, for the Blues, it's the Coyotes, like strangely enough.
Surprisingly, I agree. Yeah. But if the Avs can find a way to get past the Stars, because I do think that's a potential first-round playoff matchup.
I think that's what
the Stars have been playing lately.
Yeah, I think that's just what it's going to be. It's going to be the Avs and Stars in the first round. The Avs are going to win the West, and the Stars. Like I look at the teams competing with them, they're the best of them, and I'm going to go with the best team out of them to take that final wild card spot.
The Jets have been better recently, but I saw something on their game last night. They had to get like 51 points in their final 41 games to get to 97, which is the projected playoff total. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that.
Like the Jets, they've been better lately, but they're always better lately until they're not, and then they go 2-8, and then they go 5-5.
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I do think the Avs are pretty much going to easily win the Central Division. I think Minnesota is our closest competition, but even with the games in hand and all that stuff going on, I think the Avs still have a 5-point lead.
Yeah.
And the Avs are going to have to fall apart in the second half to not win this division.
Yeah, it would have to be catastrophic.
So I did tweet out last night, too. This was the nice thing I said about the Wild. It's going to inevitably be the Avs versus Wild in the second round, and I got that going 7. I just don't know why that's going to happen.
I mean, don't count out the Blues because I've said it most of the season. If Ville Husso stays hot, that's going to be a tough team to beat.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Blues, maybe it's just because we beat them so bad last year. I'm having the same feeling about the Flames. I know the Flames are a good team, but the Avs just dismantled them last time we played them. So
I'm not threatened by the Blues. I'm talking about Minnesota's perspective.
Yeah, Minnesota's good, man. They beat Carolina last night, and Carolina's a really good hockey team.
Yeah, Minnesota's good. They're going to be a problem. I don't know if I see 7 playing them, but they'd be a tough series.
I hope you're right, man. Because I don't know if I can mentally handle a 7-game series against the Wild.
Yeah, not again.
Yeah, not again. That'd be the 3rd time in franchise history.
Yeah,
and we've lost both of the game 7s on home ice.
Yeah, not fun. Both in overtime too.
Yeah,
great stuff. Let's get back to some of these comments here. Donnell's saying, "Cool that you're getting an Avalanche jersey. Which is Diaz? Let me ask, which one did you get? The home, away, or the alternate?" I got the home Cale Makar jersey. Should be here relatively soon. Jacob saying 27-24 OT. Coin toss will be heads and blue Gatorade on the bath.
I like that, Jacob.
Put all those
I like that a lot.
Put all those
props.
Like
that a lot.
Donnell asking, what was your thoughts of the NHL All-Star game from last weekend in Las Vegas? And also the NFL Pro Bowl was also in Vegas. First time Vegas hosting 2 All-Star games in the same weekend. I did not know the Pro Bowl happened until after it did and after Alvin Kamara got arrested. So that's all I have to say about that. But the NHL All-Star weekend, it was fine. Like it's never going to be good. I think we just have to accept that it's never going to be entertaining. The fountain thing was really stupid, but for the most part it was fine. We all know the All-Star game's terrible. We should never have any expectations as to otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Rope Hintz, big save by Darcy Kemper.
That's a big save by Darcy Kemper right there on Rope Hintz on a semi breakaway. Keep this game 1-0. But anyway, back to the All-Star weekend. Yet the All-Star game's just it's never been good.
There's no professional sports All-Star game that's good. You know what I mean?
It's
the players don't care. They'd rather be on vacation, and the only reason we have to do them is because the networks who own the rights to these games want to make money, but the athletes don't want to be there.
Right. We wouldn't have even had one if we didn't just sign a contract with ESPN.
Yeah. I think it's more like you said before, like you just nominate people. If they get it, cool, and then they can go to the bonus. We don't need to play the game.
It's just something to put on your hockey resume when you retire. It's like, I was an All-Star 3 times. You don't say you were actually at the All-Star game.
Yeah. Like Ovechkin's going to go down as what, like a 10-time? Well, he's probably more than that. How many All-Stars has he made?
It's a lot. And I mean, are we counting the ones he's skipped?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because he was elected. Yeah, I still call him good for those.
Yeah. And he skips him every year. He was going to go this time, but just unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, I go back to the Pro Bowl. Tom Brady has been selected the most out of any NFL player all the time, and he hasn't been since
he's to the Super Bowl every time.
Yeah. Like, no one cares.
Yeah, no one cares. It's a consolation. Yeah. Jacob making fun of us for saying the Jets are making the playoffs. We don't think the Jets are going to make the playoffs. No. The Stars are taking the last spot. I feel like there's only 2 spots open in the West. That's third in the Pacific and second wild card. And the third in the Pacific is up to if the Edmonton Oilers decide to start playing hockey sometime soon. We'll see. They beat the Islanders the other night. They've got Jay Woodcroft instead of Dave Tippett. We'll see if that makes a difference. I think it will. I think we're going to have Calgary, Edmonton in the first round. And I think Dallas is just good enough to get that second wild card.
Yeah, and the way the Dallas has been playing lately, they've been playing a lot better. So
yeah, I mean they're a good team. They've got good goaltending. Their coaching is iffy, but if Ben and Sagan and especially Radulov can turn it around even just a little bit, because they've been very pedestrian. Like Pavelski and Robertson have been carrying this team. If they can turn it around, the Stars are going to be much more dangerous, and they'll make it for sure.
Well, we had they played the Predators, and I think Jamie Benn missed like the most wide open net of all time.
He did. I mean, that's up there with Patrick Stefan. Yeah. Like that was bad. He did score in that game later, which of course he did. It's just justice. But how do you miss that? That was so. I felt bad for him.
I did too. No, I didn't feel bad for him. It's Jamie Benn.
Yeah, it's true. You don't have to feel too bad for him.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about it, dude? Nathan MacKinnon, like we saw that last picture we saw him, his nose was completely sideways. His nose actually doesn't look too bad. Good for the surgeon.
So wonder what going under the – actually, if you look at it kind of – the bridge of it looks a little crooked still. It looks a little swollen, if anything else, but it looks fine.
A little bit. He's wearing a bigger visor. I noticed that.
Like right around here, it's jotting out quite a bit.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's wearing that big old visor. I don't mind it.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get
also,
back.
I love that the second line's back together with MacKinnon back. It's just such a good line.
It's such a great line. I mean, Berkey's been up and down, but even then, he's still finding ways to contribute. Hey, we've got Sabib here. Thank you so much for joining us. Donnell asking, what are your thoughts of the Coyotes playing ASU for 3 or 4 years if they get that new arena in Tempe? So this is actually something we talked about with Richie a couple episodes ago on our show about the whole situation happening in Arizona. I am actually in support of this, because I want Arizona to keep their team, and their fans deserve to keep their team. It's not their fault, the fans' fault, that local politics have made it unbearable to the point that Glendale is essentially kicking them out. And plus, the Coyotes aren't going to be good for 3-4 years anyway. You stopgap them in a little fun ASU arena that's kind of like an event to go to for 3 years while they fully rebuild this team. By the time they have that arena in Tempe, they could be a playoff contender if they keep rebuilding like this.
Yeah. Oh, big hit on Tyson Jost. Sorry.
Oh, well.
I agree. It's going to be, I feel bad for him because I've been to the arena. I've been to Hilo River Arena. It's a fun spot to watch a game. And yeah, it's just local politics that are screwing it. But that could be a good thing for them to go to Tempe. ASU, because maybe the college kids go and they make it more like a party to go to these games.
Yeah, I mean, it could be one of the everyone's ragging on it right now, but give it a chance. I think it could actually be a really fun thing. It's not permanent. Once they get that arena built in Tempe and the Coyotes hopefully are somewhat decent and can compete for the playoffs, I think it could be good for them.
Yeah. And I know that they're our division rival now, but I want the Coyotes to succeed. Like, that
Yeah,
fan base deserves them to be
they're
good.
terrible, right? They're not even our division rivals because they're terrible. I want them to actually be our rivals because there actually is a little bit of a beef between us. We don't like the Coyotes.
No.
A lot of people on this team hate the Coyotes. So if the Coyotes get good sometime soon, there could be something to that for us.
There could be. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I just, after talking with Corey or Richie, excuse me, I felt bad for them. They don't deserve that.
No, they don't. I mean, people are like, oh, the Arizona, they don't have fans. They do. They actually have a lot of fans. It's just, if the Capitals or the Avalanche were this terrible for 30 years, I probably wouldn't be very into them either. Like,
No.
It's been a horribly run organization. You can't blame the fans for not wanting to spend money on a terrible team. It's not their fault.
Well, it's
there
kind of
are a lot of fans there. If you're still a fan of the Coyotes, you're the best fan in the world.
Yeah. Because they have not given you anything.
They've given you nothing. They've given you a trip to the Western Conference Final 10 years ago. And
10 years ago already?
Yeah, 2012.
Jesus.
And one trip to the playoffs since then, and it was in Canada.
And you lost.
And you lost. I mean, they beat the Predators, to be fair, but then we crushed them pretty bad. So,
yeah. If it wasn't for Darcy Kemper, that would have been a sweep.
Yeah. Let's see. Jacob saying, did anyone even watch the Pro Bowl? Like I said, I didn't even know it happened.
Nope.
So I don't even know who won. I don't think anybody does.
I know the overhit. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Jonathan saying the home run derby in the MLB is pretty freaking awesome. That is the one all-star event in sports that is good. Maybe other than the dunk contest.
Yeah, I get not even the dunk contest anymore, man.
Yeah. When I was younger, it used to be awesome. Now it's bad.
I agree. The home run derby is fun to watch. I will set aside
home run derby. Like, I'm not a baseball guy, but the home run derby I will make time for because it's awesome. It's so cool.
It's a fun one to watch. I agree with that.
Yeah. Everyday Hockey saying, wow, they beat the Islanders, talking about the Oilers from a couple days ago. Yeah, I was a little surprised by that. I mean, we'll see what Woodcroft does for the Oilers. I think it's going to be good for them just to get a fresh voice in there. And they're good enough to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be doing anything in them. I think Calgary might destroy them. But
Calgary's good, man.
Calgary is a good team. Calgary is one of those teams that if they make the playoffs, and they will, they could be a big problem.
They may mess around and get that number one seed in the Pacific.
They just might do that. And I would not be surprised if they beat Vegas in the playoffs. I mean, I know Vegas was on the second half of back-to-back when the Flames crushed them, but the Flames play a very playoff brand of hockey.
Oh, yeah.
The way they play can translate very well to the postseason. So we'll see what happens with them.
Oh, Mac, make a play.
So we got Johnson again saying, does that hurt the Avs' prospects of trading for Pavelski with the Stars making the playoffs? It does. They're not going to trade Pavelski if they're in a playoff spot or even chasing it because Pavelski's like their best player. But maybe in the offseason, we could bring him here. I'm obsessed with Joe Pavelski on the Avalanche. I want it so bad. I love that guy.
He'd be great with the Avs. I think the more realistic trade option, like we've talked about on the show, is Claude Giroux.
Yeah. If there's going to be a big fish, it's going to be Claude Giroux. Pavelski's kind of off the table.
Yeah. Unless the Stars just go on an abysmal run, they are trading him.
Again, like the Stars are a roller coaster team, but I look at some of the teams around them. Like I look at Vancouver, Winnipeg. They're even more so. Dallas just has a bit more stability.
Yeah, 100%. And I like their goaltending a lot more.
Yeah, Ottinger's been good. Holtby's got a nice resurgence. I think it'll be pretty good.
Oh, great save.
Oh, come on. I hate cheering against Holtby. Holtby's just one of my favorite players.
Let's go. Nazem Kadri, baby. 2-0. What a pass by Cale Makar.
Dude, he's coming for the Art Ross at this rate. He's just not slowing down at all. 2-0 Avs, 8:09 to go in the first period. Nazem Kadri strikes again. You can't stop this guy. You cannot stop Nazem Kadri. I don't know what happened to him, but he simply is. He will not be denied. What a play by Cale Makar.
That is
carrying that all the way around the boards. Kadri just gets lost in front of the net. What a beautiful play. What a beautiful play.
Well, see, the key there is McCarr did not go off for the change.
Yeah.
He stayed on, and that is chef's kiss goal right there. That is beautiful.
Right through the 5-hole. 2-0 Avs in the first period. Just where did this come from?
Is this real, man?
I've said this all season. Where did this come from? Because it's not even just like, oh, he's having a great season. He's a top 3-point scorer.
Yeah. New career high in points now, man.
Yeah, and this is what, game 44?
Yeah.
Like, he's
going unreal, man. He's unreal right now.
Unbelievable.
20th goal of the year. What does that put the Avs at with 20 goal scorers? You got Kadri, Rantanen, Landeskog.
Is Landeskog already at 20?
Yeah, Landeskog at 20. He's at 21 now because he scored today.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So now, because now Kadri's at 20, you got Rantanen, Gabe, and Nas, and Kale's at 18. He's going to hit 20 pretty soon. This is so crazy. Car's at 18.
Yeah, this is just a really good hockey team.
Yeah. To put it very simply, this is the best team in the league.
Yeah, first team to 70 points this year.
Fastest we've ever hit 70 points, or at least tied with or close to the 0-1 team. And the 0-1 team was pretty decent, if you remember. There's a couple of
I think they had like 5 or 6 Hall of Famers on that team.
Yeah, pretty good. But yeah, let's get back some of these comments that we've been neglecting here. Donnell saying, "Wow, shocking you guys don't like the Stars blackout jerseys." Like I don't hate them, but they're not for me.
Neon was so 5 years ago.
Yeah, like if we were playing laser tag, they'd have cool jerseys.
Yeah, I don't like them. I think if they were just their normal green, they'd be sweet, but the neon's just bad.
Yeah.
The block LOC.
I love LOC. I can't wait for him to start scoring again.
He, like you said, man, he's going to score a goal in the playoffs.
He's scoring an OT. He's scoring an OT goal in the playoffs.
Oh, geez. All right. That was the bad part of the Curtis McDermott experience right there.
Yeah, well, it happens sometimes. We can't all be perfect.
Oh, good block. Good block, Curtis. Boy.
He does it all.
I told you, man. Did you see my tweet, man? About earlier this week, my dream guest for the pod is Curtis McDermott.
Curtis McDermott. We want Curtis McDermott on the show. I would love that so much. We love the guy. I hope
Eric Johnson together would be crazy.
So we got Jaden Cathy join us. Thank you so much for joining us. Arizona saying, or Jonathan Thomas, your name is not Arizona. I'm sorry. Jonathan Thomas saying Arizona is the Rockies of hockey. And that's a good point.
Agreed.
Colorado is very much a sports town. The Avalanche, the Broncos, they all have great support. The Rockies suck, and they don't get a ton of support. It's that simple. If you win, you get support.
Dude, they get support. People love going to Rockies games.
That's what I mean.
They're atrocious.
They're atrocious. That's what I mean. Winning brings people back. It's when the Coyotes start winning, eventually people will go. That's all.
Eventually. We'll see, though, man. I hope so. But yeah, the Rockies are truly atrocious. They need a new owner. And
I don't really follow baseball, so I have no idea. Yeah. But the hockey's biggest fan join us. Thank you so much for joining us. With Vince Carter, the dunk contest was amazing. And yeah, even when I was younger, when I was 9, they had good dunk contests, but now they're just boring.
Yeah. Well, there's no one's doing it anymore.
Yeah. And I was being sarcastic with the Oilers beating the Islanders. And Calgary is legit. They just need a right-handed player. They only have one. I mean, Calgary could be a sneaky team at the deadline if players do end up wanting to go to Canada.
See, that's the tough part, man. I mean, we saw it last night. The Islanders had to scratch Varley last minute because he was asymptomatic and tested positive.
Yeah, and there was the thing with Ovechkin who tested positive before the All-Star break. And even though he played against Columbus the game before, he couldn't go and play in Montreal.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what players want to do. It really is. But I think Calgary's a really good team. They're a promising team. If you're a player and you want to go chase a cup, that may be a good spot to go.
Yeah, I mean, Calgary's always just such a roller coaster. I think since they know they have a good team right now, they should just go for it. The path in the West outside of the Avs in Vegas is wide open. Stomp Edmonton in the first round. They have a chance to beat Vegas. And if you get to the Western Conference final, who knows where that can take you? We haven't matched up against the Flames yet. That might be a terrible matchup for us. We have no idea.
Yeah, it could be. Oh, Berkey was wide open there, man.
Berkey.
Well, no, it was Val. Val missed the pass.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Berkey just has no luck right now. If Val gets that posture, that's a tap in.
Yeah, he'll get him. I like the way Berkey's been playing lately, man.
Yeah. Everyday Hockey saying suspensions are the only thing to stop Kadri. Kadri has not done anything this year. Nothing even close of the sorts for him to get suspended.
Hang on, we may have a fight here.
As Jamie Benn, he certainly
He
is.
wants to drop the gloves with Curtis. Let him do it.
He's certainly picking his targets there.
But that was really smart of Curtis McDermott. Your team has all the momentum right now.
Yeah, don't fight right now.
Why
it's
fight?
Also merciful to Jamie Benn. Look at that shot on goal from Curtis McDermott. This guy's awesome.
I love that guy. I want Curtis to fight, but that was very smart of him not to fight right there.
Is Jamie Benn like a robot? Does he have emotions?
How is that not a penalty, by the way? He's hugging him. That's holding.
Yeah, that's interference. But regardless, see, watching some ice hockey here in Ireland, praising myself getting into the sport, and I'm moving to Vancouver in a couple of months. I may have just found my team. Go Canucks. I love that so much.
That's awesome.
And also, thank you so much for joining us here on this live stream. But yeah, Isha, as I'm seeing in chat now, is our main Canucks guy. And Dylan does a Canucks show for us as well. So if you want to follow them to keep up with the Canucks, that would certainly be great. And again, thank you so much for joining us on this stream. I love seeing people get into hockey. It's the best sport in the world, especially seeing it grow in places like Ireland. Amazing.
It's awesome, man. I think would you say next to soccer, hockey is the most global sport?
I don't know. I mean,
soccer's far and away number one.
Yeah, soccer. It's soccer and then everything else. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's like some sports that we don't play in America that would probably be bigger.
Probably cricket.
Yeah, probably cricket. Something I'm just not thinking of.
Yeah, that's fair.
Exposed to it, but I think hockey could be top 5, maybe.
That's fair.
I mean, to be fair, it's mainly like a European sport, like America and European sport. That doesn't really count as the world, but
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We'll see. But yeah, Isha's got the right idea. Subscribe and like. We do Canucks games too. And again, you guys drive the bus with comments here. And we always appreciate you guys coming down to us. If you want to subscribe to the channel, we do watchalongs pretty much every single day here on the Hockey Podcast Network. We've got some more coming with the Olympics here. We did one the other day with the USA-Canada game. USA won that game. We're going to be doing some more with the women's hockey Olympics as well as the men's Olympics. And yeah, we'll be doing all of them here. And we've got another live stream coming on Wednesday with us with the Avalanche and Golden Knights. Christian, you look upset. What happened?
No, it's amazing. Jeff Skinner has scored 2 goals in the game.
Wow.
Yeah. He just scored a beautiful breakaway goal. Uh-oh. Come on, Sammy. Keep it in. All right. We're back to action now.
All right. We're back. 3:50 to go in the first. Catching up on some of these comments here because we've been spending a lot of time on comments. So we're going to blaze through these real quick. Isha's trolling, saying Minnesota is the best team in the league. That's very funny. Then I was saying, do you guys think the Coyotes and Panthers have fans? They do have fans. I mean, Florida, if they put their arena in a better spot, they would start to sell out. And you see the support. They have very loyal fans. And Coyotes fans are the loyalist in the league, bar none. That team stinks, and they're still there.
Yeah. Well, and I guess, like we talked with Richie, that arena is in a terrible location for Arizona fans.
Yeah.
So why go watch an inferior product with no one there? Like, no point going and driving down there. Because, I mean, we've seen it with the Suns in Phoenix. Now that the Suns are good, they sell out every game. Yeah.
That's like you put a somewhat successful team in Tempe, then things will be fine.
And the Panthers, I do think that arena is just in a terrible location, too. I think the Panthers have some real fans.
Yeah, we got Yotes have better fans than the Panthers. I think it's pretty close. We got our man Andrew joining us as well. Thank you for joining us again, my friend. And what are we doing tonight for the Super Bowl? Not much. We're going to be recording an episode after this, and then probably I have homework to do, so I'll probably be doing my discussion boards for my college classes while watching the Super Bowl, because that's the life of a college student. And I want the Bengals to win, but I am picking the Rams because I just don't trust them enough to protect Joe Burrow against the Rams defense.
That's fair. I'm going with I will be going over to my buddy's house to watch the game. I will eat an inordinate amount of food. Diets don't exist on the Super Bowl.
No.
And yeah, it should just be a good time. I'm excited for the game.
Yep, should be great. We got Jonathan here. Interesting idea. I'm not entirely sure why, but I'm really liking the idea of Lawson Krause on the Avs as a depth guy. Gritty and skill despite his stats. I think he would be good for the playoffs. That's pretty interesting. I don't know Krause's contract off the top of my head.
I don't either. I don't know if the Coyotes would move on from him because he has been.
He's been good. I actually do like Lawson Krause quite a bit, and I think he would be a pretty decent bottom 6 guy here. Let me find his contract.
But like, see, that's the thing. If you're going to trade and you're going to trade draft picks, which is more than like what you have to do you want to get another bottom 6? Like your bottom 6 pretty clogged up.
Yeah, I mean, it could be something you could explore in the offseason because he is an RFA. So I don't know if that's a trade deadline move, but I do like Lawson Krause. I do think he could fit here.
I do too. I agree. I just don't know if that's what the Avs are going to be trying to do this deadline.
Yeah. Got to know saying I know the Coyotes have their trouble with their problems when the Penguins, Capitals, or Blackhawks were terrible for years. I bet you wouldn't want either of those teams to move. No, and it sucks to move a team. It really does. Everyone's like, oh, move them to Quebec, move them to Houston. The only reason the Thrashers were moved is because no owner wanted to keep them there anymore. The only people willing to take the team were people who wanted to move them to Winnipeg. As long as there is an owner, doesn't even have to be this ownership group. As long as there is an owner that wants to keep them in Arizona, they're going to stay.
Yeah. I mean, there's very few teams that have left because they just wanted to.
Right.
They're usually sold, and that's why they move.
Right. See, it said, wait till the first game of the playoffs, 7-game suspension for Kadri.
I sure hope not.
I mean, if he does something dumb, I think he'll just be suspended for the playoffs, period.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's going to be, I hope it's not. I hope he stays because we need Nas this year. I think if he plays last year, the Avs win the cup.
It would, I mean, especially this version of Nas, the dominant force that he is this season. If he takes himself out of the playoffs, not only do we not re-sign him, I don't like that. That would cost him millions of dollars if you can't trust a guy to play in the playoffs. I think he's going to be a good boy in the playoffs. He doesn't have a choice.
I hope so.
Yeah. We got
5 seconds left in the period. Well, that was a fantastic period of hockey by the Avalanche.
That was one of the best periods the Avs have played. They outshoot the Stars 12-5 in the first period. They're up 2-0 after 20 minutes. A great start for the Avs. They've had some trouble scoring that third goal in the past in these games, though. So we'll see if they can put the Stars away in this one once we get a second. But before we take a break, let's catch up on the rest of these comments. Corey Kidd joining us. Thank you so much for joining us for this one. Andrew saying, Donnell, yeah, for sure. Don't know what they're going to do next year. And City Life, Isha, subscribe and like Watchalongs every day here on the Hockey Podcast Network. Rugby, that's the one I couldn't think of.
Yeah, we forgot about rugby.
Soccer and basketball, and I think now TBH, cricket and rugby. Rugby was the one I couldn't think of. Rugby, I think, is bigger than hockey.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't forget the Islanders. If it's played in Toronto, it's global. They are the center of the universe, as we know, of course, being hockey fans. Toronto is, in fact, the center of the universe.
Even though they're going to lose in the first round again. Sadly.
And it's not, I think they're a very good team. If you put them in the West, I think they would go at least to the conference final, but they're going to be playing one of the Florida teams. And I think they're going to lose because they're playing two of the best teams in the league, potentially in the first round.
Well, and the problem is Jack Campbell's kind of come back down to earth.
Yeah. If they play Tampa in the first, that's just a brutal matchup.
Yeah. That's just not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
If the Leafs are good, but that's 1 and 2 in the East, in my opinion, at least.
Without a doubt, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So it would be funny if they lost again in the first round. I think it's unfair this year. That team is good.
I mean, they should have won last year. That's their own fault.
Yeah. Last year was their year.
Last year was their year they had a walk to the third round last year.
Yep.
And they choked a 3-1 lead. So
now
that they're back into the Atlantic, which is a very top-heavy division. You should have beat Montreal last year. Look at them now. They're terrible.
They are truly atrocious.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But like Isha said, they are the center of the universe.
Yeah. But yeah, Jeff Skinner is back. Thank God Skinner's back. And the Panthers need to be in Miami.
That'd be cool.
They're playing Sunrise right now. It's just such a weird spot.
Well, Miami's not a bad sports town. It's the same thing with Los Angeles. It's like, okay, I can go sit inside in cold or I can go enjoy the beach. What are you going to choose?
Right.
Not all people are crazy like me and would rather hang out in a cold hockey arena and watch hockey.
Oh yeah, I don't get cold at hockey arenas. People think I'm crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things, man.
Yeah. And Donnell's saying, we got our last comment here before we go to break. Saw Jackass Forever last weekend. Funny and hilarious. Everybody did their thing, and PK and Jalen Ramsey did good too. I might take some time out to see that over the weekend.
It's my childhood. Like I remember watching Jackass as a kid. I've heard really good things about it so far. I'm excited to watch it. Those guys, like, I want their bodies to be donated to science when they die, just to see how much damage they did to themselves.
Yeah, that would certainly be very informative, at least.
Yeah, like that's CTE.
Yeah. Each saying the Leafs choke more than Jenna Jameson did in both their careers, respectively.
Okay.
All right. Awesome.
All right. We'll go to break with that.
All right. So with that image in mind, we are going to take a quick break, and we will be back in a little bit as we get ready for the second period. Avalanche up 2-0 over the Dallas Stars. We will be right back. All right, we are back and we are getting ready for the second period here between the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars. Avalanche lead 2-0 after the first period. And let's get back to some of these comments here. Andrew saying Islanders can play hockey, but they can't hold a good lead for 60 minutes. And their skating is terrible. The Islanders, yeah, they're old. They just seem to have come back to earth after it was like this us against the world mentality for the last 3 years.
They're old.
They're pretty old.
Dude, not to be a damper on bad moves, but the capture down 4-1.
I didn't need to know that.
Like, sorry.
I was pretty happy. So I was enjoying this game.
Well, your team's winning. Your team you actually care about's winning. So
yeah, the Caps. I can't stand that stupid team. I can't take it. I can't.
I'm sorry.
I
didn't mean to be bearer bad news.
I could have gone the rest of the stream without knowing that because I wasn't looking at the scores.
Sorry, man.
They played yesterday. They
lost
2-0.
You were playing a team who hadn't scored in 2 straight games. They've been shut out in back-to-back games.
Dude, the Caps. They need serious surgery. They need it so bad. They need a new power play coach. They need to revamp the defense. Like, I'm honestly not even against selling. Like, if you need to sell off some guys at the deadline, get some draft picks, and build a team for next year, I don't hate that. You're not winning in the East this year. If you trade for Marc-Andre Fleury or anything like that, like you need to get some assets.
Would you trade a TJ Oshie?
No one wants him right now.
That's fair.
Yeah. He's got 3 years left after this, and he's been out the entire season. If you trade him, you're not getting anything. So no.
Yeah, fair.
But like Justin Schultz, like he just I never got that signing in the first place. He really should move on. Like a Hagelin, no. Lars Eller, I would hurt, but he just hasn't been that good. You need to get some assets.
Yeah,
And
we'll see,
we're going to make the playoffs still. We're probably going to go 500 the rest of the way. We're going to stumble and bumble into a first-round matchup against either the Lightning, the Panthers, or the Hurricanes, and they're going to get killed. They're just not that good. They haven't been good since December. This is not an anomaly. Like, oh, they're just cold. They have not worked in 2 months.
New coach. Bring back Barry Trotz.
Barry Trotz wouldn't get anything out of these guys either. Like this team is just they're running on fumes.
Yeah, makes sense, man. Makes sense. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up some unopened or some unclosed wounds.
Yeah. Like I'm all in on the Avs this year is all I'll say on it. I have no emotions towards the Caps. Like I remember early on, I was like, oh, what if they meet in the final? Like that's hilarious. They're never going to meet in the final.
They'd have to go on a Montreal Canadiens-esque run to get to the Cup final.
They would have to beat Carolina probably or Florida in the first round. That's already unbelievable. I guess Florida's less unbelievable because they haven't won in like 30 years. But regardless, they'd have to do that and then beat Penguins, Rangers in the second round, and then beat whoever comes out of the Atlantic for 3 straight rounds. Not happening.
I think if you match up against the Rangers, that is your only good matchup.
Yeah, I don't mind a matchup against the Rangers, but we have only played them once. So that was at the beginning of the season. So
that was the first game of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah, first game of the year, my birthday. Yeah. And we'll see if the story's changed at all. But when we play them in a couple weeks, the Rangers is the only one I like. I think the other 7 teams, including the Leafs, kill us.
100%. That's the only matchup I could see the Rangers potentially winning more than one game.
Yeah. I mean, the Rangers, like, they're good, but they're not as good as the other teams in the East.
Agreed.
All right. Get back to some of these comments here. Andrew saying, says the Leafs, that's my real team. Very sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's pain.
Jacob saying, LeBron has the most points in regular season and playoffs. He's now the real GOAT. I don't care what you say, LeBron, Jordan. Sure, I have no opinion on the matter.
I've gone on the mountain of saying LeBron's better than Jordan. I've been saying that for a long time now. The problem is he's not going to win enough championships. But if you're basing it off championships, Michael Jordan's not the GOAT because Bill Russell has the most championships. So if you're looking just at stats, LeBron will be the best statistical player of all time. Him and Ovi, I think, are 2 players who are just defying, well, and Tom Brady until he retired. They're just beating age. You know what I mean? Like age won't beat them. So I'm interested to see how he finishes his career. If he can get another 2 championships, which seems unlikely, I don't even think it's a question he's better than Jordan. But
I mean,
that's just me personally.
I just don't like LeBron, period. But
yeah, I mean,
I love Michael Jordan, so I will go down with the Michael Jordan train, even if it isn't true anymore. I don't know. I don't follow basketball, so
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. Like the problem is me and you weren't old enough to watch Michael Jordan, so yeah, I don't know. Like my dad will go on that hill saying Jordan, no one will ever come close to Jordan. Then if you ask my grandpa, he'll say no one will ever come close to like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So yeah, it's generation.
When I'm like 70 and senile, I'll say no one will ever come close to Ovi. Like it's a perpetual circle. It's going to go back and forth forever.
Forever.
Yeah. See, Donnell saying, as I watch local hockey in the New York area, the Islanders are old and slow, don't have a pure goal scorer. They never address. Devils are a young team, but don't play full 60 minutes.
I like the Devils a lot.
I think the Devils are close. I didn't have expectations for them this season. They're a very young team, but I think Jack Hughes is excellent.
Hughes is excellent. I like Ty Smith. I like Dougie Hamilton being there. Love Ryan Graves there because I miss Gravy, but that was a good trade. But I like what the Devils are building a lot.
Yeah,
and Henry Blackwood's a damn good goalie if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, like I think you give the Devils maybe another 2-3 years. I think they'll be a problem soon. Not
Agreed.
yet, but it's a slow and arduous rebuild, but they're getting there.
Well, and Luke Hughes, their number 1 pick from last year, is having a great year at Michigan too. I mean, if he wasn't behind Owen Power, he'd be the top defenseman on the team.
Yeah.
Yes, Sabres. Jeff Skinner hat trick, man.
All right, good for him. He's finally making the contract work. like
Yeah,
$9 million contract.
that's
Is it actually still $9 million, or is
it's
it nine and
something
a half?
ridiculous. Yeah, it was 8 years, 9 million. Because that's
Yeah,
72 million.
$9 million contract that does not expire until 2027.
I love the fact that he had Jack Eichel on his line, and his best production he's had in the Buffalo Sabre is with Alex Tuck. Like that's kind of funny.
I mean, he was pretty good when they traded for him that
They
one
had 40
season.
goals that year, right?
Yeah, and then he fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
He scored 30 goals. He did it all like before the trade deadline too. They decided to keep him, and then after they kept him, then he sucked, and then they signed him to the extension.
Yeah. No wonder Jack Eichel wanted to leave.
Yeah, I would leave too. Still don't understand why the Sabres traded him, just because they didn't want him to get surgery. But that's neither here nor there. They made Vegas better. I won't forgive them for that. So
Yep.
we'll see where all of that goes. Jonathan here, another great question. Curious what you guys think about trading for Giroux, letting Berkey walk, and freeing up some money to give Giroux around a 3-year deal. I'm all for the idea of trading Giroux, and you have your entire second line expiring after this season. You're not going to be able to keep them all. Nazem Kadri's having a career year. Can he repeat it? We don't know. But can you keep him? We'll see. Val, I think, is 100% going to stay. You have to keep Val. He is a huge part of this team. When it comes to Berkey, love him. Wearing Berkey jersey. Favorite player. Most easily replaced. Kadri's a center. Val brings a very valuable two-way game to the table. You plug Newhook in instead of Berkey on the second line, I don't think there's that much a drop-off.
No, I love Berkey too, but some teams like the Red Wings are going to pay him like $5 million a year, and
I think we're talking 6.
You think he's going to get 6?
If he scores 30 goals, which he might,
Yeah,
or maybe he'll probably come a little short. But if he comes close to 30 at his age, free agency, I think we're talking closer to 6.
yeah, it's pop. I would love that for Berkey because
we can't afford that.
Yeah, we can't afford that. So I don't know with the Giroux situation. I really do think Giroux, if he does get traded, is just going to re-sign with Philly in the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to get him, but that also just depends if he wants to leave at all.
Yeah, that's
and true. If he even wants to leave at all, it might just be for half a season, go chase a Stanley Cup in Colorado, and it's up to him. I mean, if he doesn't want to go back to Philly, yeah, you try to extend him, but if not, then he's just going to go right back, and you can probably look to spend that money elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. This is really kind of the Avs all in year. Like they need to go all in this year because, like you said, all three second lines all 3 players on the second line are expiring.
Yeah, and both your goalies.
And both your goalies. I do think that Kadri, I love your pick saying he's going to go to Ottawa. That just makes so much sense.
He might go to Philly. I mean, Kadri just kind of seems like a Philly guy, doesn't he? I mean,
yeah,
the Flyers are never going to rebuild. That's just simply not what they do. If Kadri hits the open market, Philly is absolutely the kind of team to throw 7.5 at him or 8.
That's possible. I don't know. I would. I still think Ottawa. That just makes a lot of sense with that team, and they have the cap space to spend $7 million a year on him.
Yeah, I think Ottawa is more likely than Philly, but I wouldn't be surprised if Philly's in that mix too for him. But Ottawa just makes a ton of sense.
Yeah,
like they need top 6 center, and he's also just kind of an Ottawa player, is he not? Like just a general feisty, scrappy piece of crap.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if that happens. I do think that he'll go there, and then I do think Val's really the only one that we have. Like I feel the most confident about.
I would put money down that we keep Val. Absolutely.
But the way Joe Sakic talked about him in his midseason presser, he was really the only one he talked about. Like this is a guy we 100% want to bring back.
Yeah. I mean, with Kadri, absolutely we want to bring him back. He's a center. He's going to score 100 points this year. But that's the thing. Can you afford him? And can you bank that kind of money on this being repeatable? We don't know yet.
I don't see it, man. I just don't see how we can do it. It's especially with MacKinnon's extension hopefully going into effect next year. I just don't see it.
Yeah. I mean, we have one more year after this of MacKinnon at 6.6. And these are your 2 years you can really go for it. Maybe you keep Kadri to go for it for one more year and worry about that contract later. But I don't know. I really hope we win this year because it's going to be a really difficult offseason if we don't.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. So let's get down to some of these here. We're about 60 seconds away from the second period. Daniel's saying, I will add the Rangers are a good team, but not a Stanley Cup contender. They added beef up front and a good coach, but they can score, though, unlike the Islanders and Devils, which they do not have. The Rangers are good. I will give them that. But Igor Shesterkin, if the season ended right now, I would probably have second or third on my Hart ballot. Not Vezina, Hart ballot. Like, he's been that good. Goalies need to get more love for Hart, too, by the way.
They should. But I don't know, man. We'll see. It's going to be – I think that the Rangers are a lot like the Avs from 2013. Analytically, they are terrible.
Yeah. They are bottom half in terms of most analytics for looking at stuff, but goaltending, it's the best in the league. Igor right now is the best goalie in the league, bar none. And Chris Kreider at 33 goals doesn't hurt either. And Panarin hasn't even been outstanding this season. He's just been fine.
He's been good.
Kreider and Zibanejad have really carried and Adam Fox. Adam Fox and Chris Kreider have really helped carry the load.
Yeah, they've been pretty solid. I don't know. I think they're going to come crumbling down, personally. Yeah. The second Igor dips is when they go down.
If he ever does at all.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. All right, we got the second period. Puck drop's about to drop. Let's do this, man. That was a great first period.
Yeah, Andrew's headed out. We'll see you later, buddy. Hope to see you again soon. Nell saying, I will say the Devils have a bad coach and Lindy Ruff needs to be fired. And ownership is bad of Harrison Blitzer. Devils have been bottom for years as bottom feeders. I never got why they hired Lindy Ruff. Honestly, he was not good with the Rangers as a defensive coach. I thought there were much better options for the Devils out there. But I think they're close. I think you're right, though. I think they do need a new coach. And if they get that and continue to build, I think they're going somewhere soon.
Agreed.
We also got Front Row Productions join us again. Good to see you again, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm headed to the Stupid Bowl party. That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like my kind of party.
As you get older, you just grow to dislike parties. So I don't blame you.
I've never been much of a partier myself. I'm very much a sit at home on a Saturday and watch hockey guy. If you could.
Yeah, I don't think I left my couch once yesterday. I'm going to be honest with you.
The time I did was to watch more hockey at my college. So,
yeah.
Devils saying Devils are the youngest team in the NHL, and they've been bottom for years, and the rebuild never ends. It reminds me how the Islanders were for years of how bad they were. Islanders got good eventually. I mean, the Devils, they're getting all the pieces in place. They're still rebuilding. We can't forget that. They're still rebuilding. Jack Hughes is going to be a legitimate superstar in the league if he's not already. He's only 20 still. And they're gonna get Luke Hughes in there as well. Nico Hischier, I think, is very, very good. Jesper Bratt's been excellent this year as well. They're close. They're right there. Oh, boy, keep that out. Thank you, Darcy.
I think you're ahead of me now.
I'm at 1845.
Oh, yeah, you're way ahead of me.
How does that? You were ahead of me last period. How does this keep happening?
I don't know.
We switch every period.
Yeah, I just saw the Darcy save. I'm going to reload the game. This is all on you.
So the last 3 live streams we've done, you've started out ahead of me, and in the second period, I've been ahead of you. And then for the third period, you're back ahead of me again. My remote's right here. I haven't touched anything.
I haven't touched anything either, man.
I've left it alone the whole time. I don't know why this keeps happening.
All right.
It's funny.
Where are you at right now?
I am at face-off at 1840.
Perfect. I'm right there with you. We're back on.
All right. We're right at the same time. Good. Hopefully we can do that in the playoffs.
That'd be sweet. I found the keys. Just got to refresh the game.
Yeah. I'm on my TV, so I'd have to quit the game each time. But all right, let's look at this. Just whiffing on it, Cale McCarr. Dude, that was Radulov almost gave himself a concussion flying into the boards. But finish up on some of these comments here before I focus too much on here. Jeff Skinner with 4 goals over Montreal. Good for him.
Is he at 4? I thought he had 3.
He might have just scored again. It's 5-3. Yeah, he finished with another. He's at 20 goals this season, Jeff Skinner.
Good for Jeff Skinner, man.
He is a very 1 good year, 2 bad years kind of player.
Yeah, but hey, it looks good this year. That contract's still terrible, but it looks better now.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's $9 million, a lot to pay for a guy who he'll probably hit 30 at this rate, but still not terrible. And Donald's saying I also will add the Devils have no goaltending at all. And Blackwood hasn't been healthy for most of the year, but also when he has been healthy, he hasn't been that good.
Yeah, I drafted him on my fantasy team thinking he was going to be better.
I have the best fantasy goaltending in my league. I have Saros, I have Demko, and I have Olmark.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty solid.
I have far and away the best goaltending. They win me week by week.
That's really solid.
Yeah.
Mine was I had who do I have? Shesterkin, great.
Ooh.
And then I had I drafted Spencer Knight thinking he was going to take the job from
I did the same thing too.
And then he sucked, and then I had Mackenzie Blackwood.
Yeah, I drafted Spencer because I'm in a keeper league. I drafted Spencer Knight thinking I was all smart, going to keep the rookie of the year and potential one of the best goalies in the league for the next few years. 850 at like the 20 game mark. I picked up Swayman after that, and then when Swayman got sent down for some reason, someone dropped Olmark, so I picked him up. So
that's a good one. Yeah, I wasn't too happy with my my drafting picks there.
I did terrible in this draft. I've gotten lucky and picked up some good free agents. I actually had a terrible draft.
Yeah, my draft, I always think I draft so well, and then it's
I think I'm so smart. And a lot of years I actually am. But for this year, like I was like, oh, Oliver Bjorkstrand, oh, he's gonna be great this year. Fine. Nick Suzuki, oh, he's gonna be great this year.
All-star. You drafted an all-star though, man.
Yeah. Well, I was like, oh, Martin Nietzsche. Oh, no one knows who this guy is. Yeah, I'm gonna pick him and I'm gonna look so smart.
Yeah. Trust me, man. I did a lot of the same things.
Yeah. We also got Jeremy Madem here saying, great first period for the boys. It's Jeremy from Maryland again. Maryland love. Always enjoy the live streams. Thank you so much for joining us once again. It's a beautiful snowy day here out here in Maryland right now. I've got to over it in my apartment, but it looks nice, at least looking out the windows. First time I've done a live stream in natural lighting. Look at me. You guys can see my face this time.
See, that cracks me up, man, because I have like flags in my man cave and I got all this stuff that blocks out all natural light ever. So I'm only artificial lighting, man. I've always been that way.
I mean, this is just my living room here. I don't really have much decoration on one wall. I have an Irish and American flag and a little Stanley Cup banner for the Caps. And I made a sign that says Tax Evasion Boulevard.
I like that.
Yeah, that's my only decoration. All of my hockey stuff is in my room with the Avalanche and the Caps and the Ravens and stuff. Out here, it's literally just this wall, but it's the entire room.
Yeah. See, I've got my girlfriend was nice and let me have my dream man cave. I got my TVs. I got a bunch of Avs gear up here. Like one day I'll do a little man cave tour when we're doing.
Yeah, we'll do that for sure. If I ever do set up an actual, my place is not big enough for a man cave. I have my living room, my kitchen, and my room. So it's kind of all just one big man cave. But if I ever have a real one, I'll be sure to make it look nice.
Yeah. Dude, there's just bodies all over the ice right now.
Yeah, this game's getting pretty chippier, but the Avalanche are still playing real well. I was worried the Stars were going to make it 2-1 on that rush earlier, but shots on goal right now, 14-7, like 2 shots apiece so far, if I'm remembering the first shot periods right. But yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty good so far. It looks like we're at least trying to tighten up defensively a little bit. Stars have not had too many opportunities, but so far in the second, neither have we.
But here's the thing, man, with the Stars, if you get the lead on them, they are not a team that's built to come back. Like, they strictly like to get the lead and lock it down.
You were saying that on a wraparound that looked particularly good. So I was worried we were going to have a freezing cold take live on stream. But I mean, the first time we played the Stars, we were down 2-0 in the first 3 minutes. Like at that point, the game was just over. Because the Stars, when they go up on you, it's a problem. If you go up on them, it's a problem for them. They don't have a ton of big offensive firepower like we do.
I think if you do that too with the Avs, I want to see the Avs, like they've shown the ability to come back. We need to show that we can hold on to a lead, and they did that against Tampa Bay.
They did, and they were up 2-0 in that one, and 3-1. They won that one 3-2. It was close towards the end, but I think getting this next goal is going to be very, very. If the Stars get the next goal, it's going to get a lot tighter, a lot more clenching your fists a little. If we're up 3-0 in this, I feel real good.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, that was the same way I felt about Tampa Bay. They just couldn't get that third goal. It helped that. I mean, it doesn't help you playing against Andrei Vasilevsky, but
right. I mean, we got it eventually to only put us up 3-1, but that's just one thing we haven't been able to do a ton, especially against good teams. Is when we go up 2-0 a lot. That's one thing we love to do. We go up 2-0 all the time, whether it's Minnesota, Tampa, or any of the other good teams we've played so far this season. It's always 2-1 eventually. I want us to go up 3-0 for once.
That'd be nice. And I'd also like the Avs to win a faceoff. We're losing the faceoff battle 17-6.
17-6, not great. But yeah.
The Avs have never been good at faceoffs.
But yeah. Danielle saying the NHL is going to have the reverse retro jerseys come back for next season. Islanders need to come back with the Fishermen. Devils should do a mix of the Scouts and Rockies with the Devils logo. Those could be pretty nice. And the Rangers should come with a red or white Lady Liberty jersey as the reverse retro. That would be very nice, actually. I don't even remember what the Rangers was last year.
It was Lady Liberty.
Yeah. And what do you think the Avalanche should do as a reverse retro for next season? I think we nailed it already. I would make the Nordiques one that we did, except I would make it
Red.
maroon. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
burgundy. I think that would be beautiful. I would
Yeah.
buy 5 of them.
I like those ones. I also like I didn't like the idea of the Rockies because that's not really our history. You know what I mean? Like that's Devils history now.
Well,
They moved
that's
it
what he was
to-
saying. He was saying that for the Devils.
Yeah, but no, but I've seen the what's it called? The fan made edits, and like the rumor is that it may be something like Rockies themed, like our third alternate. I wouldn't hate that. It looks like it's gonna be white with the Colorado State flags. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I don't think we have to make it Rockies related, but if we did that with the state flag, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. The reverse retros are always cool. I don't know why they didn't do them this year. It makes zero sense.
I don't know. I think they're realizing their mistake now and are going to bring them back next year.
First time on the PK.
McCarr's going to the box for a trip.
I think it was Landy.
I looked like McCarr tripped him, but
yeah, it's Landy.
All right, Landeskog going to the box for a trip. Stars are getting their first power play of the game. I think just first power play of the game. Period. Yep, that was
in general.
Landy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is just the first power play of the game. Period. And so Stars getting the first power play of the game. Opportunity to cut this lead to 1, 14-15 to go in the second period. Still 2-0 for the Avs. Penalty kill for the Avalanche season long has been one of the things they aren't great at, but it's been better lately.
Yeah, been way better lately.
Yeah. I remember in early January, it was good for 1 a game.
Yeah, if we got a kill, it was a big deal. Now it's become expected now.
Yeah. So we'll see what we can do here. We got Joe Stout taking the draw. Should be interesting to see if we can shut this one down.
Oh, good save, Darcy.
All right, big save for Darcy to start it out.
Fontaine lost his stick.
Of course he did, right? We can't have anything.
Okay, that's out. Good job. Good recovery by EJ.
Jason Robertson's just so good.
He is, man.
Stars are the 7th best power play in the league. I did not know that.
That's not. I mean, they're a lot. Like they're 2 lines deep when it comes to power play. They're a lot like the Avs.
Actually, that's not too surprising when you think about like Pavelski in front of the net and Miro Heiskanen flipping it towards him. I guess that's not that as well as Jason Robertson.
Jason Robertson is just we talked about him already. He's really good, and I like Miro Heiskanen at running the point. John Kleinberg on the second. Like that's a pretty deep power play. Like their top 6 is solid, man.
Yeah, it's just their alleged top line.
Darcy.
Good save for Darcy. Yeah, just the top line of Sagan, Ben, and Radulov just hasn't been the same this season as it has in the past. Like without Robertson and Pavelski and Hintz carrying those, I guess that's now the top line. I don't know. Stars will be struggling a lot more, but I love that line so much. I know I'm not supposed to like things from Tallis, but I love all 3 of those players. They're so good.
Rope Hintz is really good.
Really
that whole line's just a bunch of underrated players.
It really is. I mean, you got Hintz, Robertson, and Pavelski. Like all those guys are just killers.
They're really good, and we'll see. They got their second one out right now.
Yeah, we win a face-off and get kicked out every single time.
That's how it goes, man.
Yeah, especially when it's factory.
Oh, we pulled it out of his own zone. What an idiot!
Wah, wah.
I don't get that. Okay,
even a guy like Gary Yanov, like he's very hot and cold, but still a guy I think that flies under the radar a bit.
Wasn't he in the Calder consideration when he first came in?
That was a while ago, I think.
Yeah.
I don't even remember when he was. Wasn't that like 2014?
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Because didn't he go back to Russia for a year? Or am I crazy?
Think so. I can't remember. I just remember he came on and he had like 30 goals his rookie year.
I have to find it because for some reason I still think of him and Nichushkin as like kind of the same guy. But
yeah,
because Gary Yanov is 24 right now. His rookie season, it's like his second season. He had 20 goals in 64 games in 1920, and then that was the playoff where he was amazing. And since then he's cooled off. 30 points last year and 21 and 41 so far this year.
Yeah, I mean he's a solid player.
So like nothing incredible, but good. And you're going to get better, too. He's still 24.
Yeah. Could you imagine if they wouldn't have let Val given up on Val so quickly?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Val would have worked in Dallas. If Val was in Colorado his entire career, I think he'd be even better right now. I just think there was not a fit with him in Dallas.
I agree. He just didn't fit. Oh, man. I don't We are really good against the Central, man.
Yeah, we're 11-3-2, and 2 of those losses are to Nashville.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, Nashville's solid, but they're kind of cooling off. They got their butts kicked by Winnipeg last night.
Yeah. So who even is the rest? We got the 2 to Nashville, Arizona, 1 to Dallas, and 1 to St. Louis.
Yep. Oh, good pass.
Those are all very spread apart. Those are like that's like 1 month.
Penalty killed. Good kill by the Avs. I mean, the Stars got a little bit going there at the end.
That was a really good kill for the Avs right there.
Offsides. We got TV timeout coming.
All right. We got Jeremy saying reverse retro should be the all burgundy version of the Nordiques reverse from last year. Yeah, exactly what I was saying. I think that would be the best jersey the NHL has ever produced.
Agreed.
Like this, not even just like, oh, that's the best jersey for the Avs. Best jersey, period, in the league. Like, I'm not kidding. That would be so beautiful. I love the burgundy of the Avalanche uniforms already. And the Nordiques jersey we put out that was all white last year is already top 5 all time. You have a burgundy Nordiques jersey. I'm buying 5 of those. I'm not kidding. I'll hang them right here, and then I'll wear one on the live streams. It would look amazing.
You could buy them and then resell them. That's what some people did.
Yeah, it would be like buying an NFT.
Yeah, it really would. Except it's real.
Except it's real, and you can actually wear it.
Oh, that's funny.
Actual value.
That's funny. I agree, though. I wouldn't mind those.
Oh, I would love them. So I want that more than anything. I want a Stanley Cup, and I want burgundy Nordiques jerseys. God. I want that. That's 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Fair enough. Let's see. What else we got? What other comments we got?
That's it for right now, at least. And again, thank you so much to everyone who's joined us for this stream. All of your guys' comments, every time you like, every time you subscribe, you're helping the algorithm get us out there. So again, we really do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And here's a comment from Jacob saying what we're all thinking. I don't understand why people buy NFTs. You're asking me. I mean,
well, Jacob's young. He should understand it more. I'm old. I shouldn't understand those.
Well, the thing is that they're all just so stupid anyway that anyone with half a brain wouldn't buy them to begin with. And Jacob obviously is smart. So
other than the liking Vegas, he's smart. That's the only thing he's not smart.
I mean, I'm dumb. So like everyone has their downsides. I mean, yeah. Jacob has a good heart, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
He's smart. He has a good heart. There's got to be some downsides. You know, you're a Vegas fan. It could be worse. It could be a Penguins fan.
Could be a Penguins fan.
Yeah. It always could be worse.
Dude, I did not realize the Stars were this good on home ice.
Yeah, they've always been pretty good on home ice. You look at the top 5 teams in the league on home ice: Florida, Colorado, St. Louis is a little surprising, Toronto, and Dallas. I thought Minnesota would be in there.
I don't know if they played enough home games. They have a bunch of home games coming up.
That's true. Let me sort by here again. Minnesota, yeah, they're 15-3-1.
Yeah, they're better, better the whole Central Division is really good on home ice.
Yeah, I mean, St. Louis is 18-6-2. Minnesota's 15-3-1. I'd say Minnesota's much better.
Yeah, it's just they haven't played that many home games. They're gonna have a bunch of home games coming up.
Yeah, and Florida's 23-3.
Nice. Is that Kale took this penalty?
Yep, take another penalty. Going back to the box. Oh man, shot on goal, saved by Kemper. MacKinnon clears it up and out of the zone. Second straight power play for the Stars coming up. Avalanche are not happy with that call, but it will be Cale Makar going back to the box. See the face the ref just made?
Yeah, I love that.
What are you talking about, Cap? That's a great thing. All right, another power play coming up for the Stars. What was I just talking about?
I can't remember, man.
I don't
remember.
Oh,
we were talking about home records.
Oh, we're talking about, Florida. They're 23-3 on home ice, and I think all 3 of their losses have been to terrible teams.
I mean, that would make sense.
Like, I think Ottawa beat them there. I think Buffalo beat them there. Didn't Arizona beat them there or something?
Maybe they lost to a really bad team on a Saturday.
They lost 8-2 in one of them. To
it was to Ottawa. Yeah, they lost to Ottawa.
Yeah, to Ottawa. That's one of their 3 losses. Okay, LOC, shorthanded break. Oh. Keep that. Okay, just put it just off a Holt being out of play. What a rush for LOC.
That was a lot of speed, man.
Yeah. Jacob continuing his tirade saying Bitcoin is a waste of money. Yep, you're telling me.
I don't know if it's a waste. I mean,
it's not nearly as bad as an NFT. At least with Bitcoin, it's an investment that more often than not makes you money.
Yeah,
as long as you do it right.
I think LOC is the post.
Yeah, LOC.
right off the crossbar.
Oh yeah, he beat Holtby clean. He rang that right off the crossbar.
That's a bummer.
All right, he's
That's
having
a summary of LOC lately, though.
Yeah, we got Jonathan saying, "I need Pavelski over 3 shots on goal. Should I just give up?"
How many does he have? I have no idea.
I would need to look at it again, but Pavelski has always been an abs killer. I feel like 3 shots on goal shouldn't be that hard for him.
Shouldn't.
If I quickly look up the stats, because I don't know it off the top of my head, Joe Pavelski, where is he on here? Has 0 shots on goal and a -1. That can change. That can change very quickly, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't have any after this power play, I might advise you at that point to. I don't know if you're betting on it or not, but I might advise you to hedge at that point because that's 2 straight power plays with 0 shots on goal for him. But Pavelski, he usually does put up a ton of shots.
Well, he just deflects everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Heiskanen just fires it, he'll deflect it right into the pads.
Yeah. Oh, how's that not interference?
They're not going to give us anything.
No.
Yeah, Jeremy's saying about the Burgundy reverse retros, it would look insane. I want them so bad.
Yeah, the mock-ups I've seen on them look pretty damn good.
I would love them so much.
They'd be beautiful, man. I would buy one. I bought the first reverse retro like the hour after it dropped. I stayed up late. And I got it. There we go. Another kill, man. Let's go.
Right,
2 for 2.
Kill.
That's huge. Like those could have easily changed the game. And the Avs rocks. I don't even think the Stars built too much momentum from them.
Yeah, I didn't think they were particularly dangerous on any of them.
That was almost a bad cold takes live.
Yeah. So now we're more than halfway done the second period, 9:30 to go in the second. More than halfway done the game. No goals here in the second period so far. 2 power plays for the Stars, but still 2-0 for the Avs. Shots on goal are 15 apiece. Jacob also saying, have fun in the fort on Wednesday. How is Vegas' home record, by the way?
It's pretty good.
14-10-2. Not that good.
I mean,
that's interesting.
Vegas has kind of underachieved this season, but they're in kind of the same mode the Avs are. Like, if you win, you win. I mean, you're going to make the playoffs. Like, it's not.
Yeah, they're going to make the playoffs. They're probably going to win the Pacific still. They've also had a ton of injuries. So
yeah, I mean, Mark Stone's dealing with a nagging injury, so he may be going LTIR.
A nagging salary cap injury.
Yeah, and then he'll miraculously be completely healed, and he'll skate with the team throughout the entire regular season. Still,
yeah, it's like game 1, he's all better.
I made a joke about that on Twitter, and it actually got some comments with people agreeing. Like maybe the Avs should do the same thing.
I mean, it works apparently for Tampa. Yeah. It works fine. And like I don't know if you ever have Eric Johnson or even MacKinnon go on LTIR, like I just keep him out to the playoffs.
Yeah,
and get your guys at the deadline. I mean, it works.
It's annoying that it works, but it works.
Yeah, but it does work. Seeing Jonathan saying Pavelski has no shots on goal right now, and he did a parlay with him to get 3 shots on goal. Oof. I mean, you still got just under half the game to go. Maybe he has a strong third period, and the Stars come out strong. You never know. You never know.
You never know. He could. Oh, Sammy G.
All right, Sammy. He's
Berkey?
I thought that went in.
I think Berkey hit the post right there.
They just had 3 shots, I swear, hit the back of the net. That first Sammy shot, that looked like it just straight up rang off the back bar.
Yeah. I thought it did too.
Yeah, I almost celebrated that. And Berkey had a nice shot after that as well. I mean, we're looking pretty good here. I think we've got the momentum on our side right now after the 2
penalties. I mean, you killed both those penalties. That was great.
Yeah.
And like I said, they got no momentum from that. Like, even if you don't give up a goal, like they got no momentum from it.
Yeah. I mean, the Stars have to be a little bit demoralized right now. We're up 2-0 on them already. We just gave them 2 power plays, and they couldn't do anything with it.
Oh, Knack. Dude, I love that they've been putting Curtis McDermott out there with the top line. Like, I don't know why that's so funny. I love that. But it's been great watching him and Cale Makar be a deep pair.
Oh, Curtis McDermott. Curtis McDermott's just the best, period. We love him.
I love that guy. I tweeted out that was my favorite moment of the year.
That goal.
A little bit of trolling and people,
but also kind of serious.
Yeah, also kind of. That was my favorite goal that the Avs scored this year, and then everyone's kind of like, "What about this goal? What about this goal?" And I was like,
"What about?
Yeah, those are great." But
what about?
I got the most hyped. Yeah, I got the most hyped for that one.
Yeah, it's like, oh, overtime goal. What that happens like every other week. Curtis McDermott goals are Christmas. They're once a year, if that ever.
Well,
The
and
fact is,
the thing was too is like Cale Makar scores an unreal goal every time he scores, so it's getting kind of old.
right. It's like, oh yeah, of course, Cale Makar scored an incredible goal. You know who doesn't score? Curtis McDermott. That's why it's number one.
Did they call penalty there? No.
Oh,
Yeah, they did. I think they did.
No, I don't think so. I think they were saying that deflected and went out of play.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep, we got 6:49 to go in the second period. Still 2-0 for the Avalanche. Shots on goal. I swear we had a couple more. It just hasn't updated yet. So I think we're leading in shots now, even though it says it's 15-15.
Dude, this game is flying by, I feel like.
No, it's only 3:30 for me, at least on the East Coast. And it doesn't feel like it's been 90. It doesn't feel like we've been live for 90 minutes already.
No.
I'm having fun. I love these days.
Having a good time. It's early.
Streams.
Yeah, these midday ones are good because then we just get I think the NHL was smart for doing this, man. Like, cram a couple games in before the Super Bowl. People are looking for something to watch. You can only watch the pregame coverage for so long.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't start until 6:30.
Yeah. Like, it's smart. I agree. I think the NHL actually did something smart, which we don't say very often.
Yeah. I mean, they cram like 5 games in before the Super Bowl. They've done it with the Caps just about every single year.
I vividly remember, I think it was 2 years ago, it was a Caps-Penguins game before the Super Bowl, and there were like 3 goals scored in the final minute. I don't know if
I know exactly the game you're talking about.
Yeah. I remember that game vividly because it was on NBC, and NBC had the Super Bowl, so it was like kind of like back-to-back, and that was one of the best regular season hockey games I'd seen in a while.
Yeah, I vividly remember that game because it's like the last like normal hockey game I really remember.
Yeah, because like it was Malkin scored to tie it in the last minute, and then was
Malkin walked Carlson. I think this was in the span of like 10 minutes. Malkin walked Carlson. Hagelin tied it. Malkin walked Hagelin gave us the lead. Malkin destroyed John Carlson to tie it, and then Oshie scored with like 9 minutes left for us to take the lead.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. I remember that.
That was 2 years ago. I also don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. So.
You got a very good look into male brains right there. We won't remember a specific dates or times that are relevant to like our personal lives, but ask us about a hockey game from 2 years ago.
Oh yeah. My memory solely works based on hockey. It's like, oh, what year was this? Let me see. It was the same year that we lost to the Penguins in the second round. It was 2017. Same year we won the cup. It was 18. To see the Avalanche, we played the Sharks. Like, that's how my memory works. I associate everything with hockey. If I didn't watch hockey, I would not remember anything. I'd probably be in a mental hospital. Probably
for me too. Like, that's all I remember obscure sports facts.
That's essentially what I remember. Every playoff series since 2015.
Oh, what a pass by Kadri.
What a play.
Val
just missed that on the play from Kadri. But
dude, I love this second line. I love it.
I don't remember what I made for dinner last night, but I remember a random playoff series between the Sharks and the Ducks in 2018.
Yep. Oh, good save, Darcy.
Big save.
Oh, man, Darcy has been solid today.
He's just been great over the last month or so. Yeah, we're not drinking.
Turnover by Sammy. Where's the puck?
Good
save, Darcy.
Right. Get that whistle. 6 minutes to go in the second. Let's see, and Jeremy's saying about the reverse retros, maybe a Yeti foot on the shoulder as well.
Oh, that's old school.
I love that.
Old school. I mean, I don't mind the C on the patch. I think it's more relevant. Like, we've never had a Yeti.
Yeah, I like the C on there too. See, we got.
I do miss the Yeti foot. Was a big deal when it got taken off.
Yeah, I miss it. We got Jack joining us. Go Avs. Always good to have Avs fans in our chat. Always good to have people with the right opinion. And Jeremy again saying, why the hell is there no salary cap in the playoffs? No idea.
The NHL is not smart.
I mean, you should be able to call up every player you call up in the playoffs.
Oh, dude, they're reviewing this goal to see if it went in.
Let's see if this actually went in or not, because we were both looking at that like maybe it did go in. But anyway, while we're waiting for the review, it would make sense for every player you call up in the playoffs to not count against the cap. That makes sense. But to allow like Nikita Kucherov and Jack, that's not in. That's not in. That puck's not over the line.
Yeah, I don't think so, but that's a lot closer than I thought it was.
A lot closer than I thought it was. That's sitting on the red line, but that is not fully across the line.
Hang on, let's see. Here's the announcement.
No goal.
Wow, I've gotten really good at reading lips.
Yeah. No goal.
Whew. That was a lot closer than I thought it was. That was a lot like the one with
Yeah.
EJ.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Whew.
Dallas is obviously like fake mad about that, but that puck was not in the net.
Yeah. Oh, cow. All right.
That's one call you can't screw up. Like, you can't tell me that puck is in.
Yeah, that one was pretty. I thought it was lodged in Kemper's pads. I did not know it was even close to crossing the line.
That was real close. Right after we were saying how great he's been.
Yeah. All right. Last TV timeout for the second intermission.
5:49 to go in the second period. No goals in the second so far. Still 2-0 for the Avalanche. Shots on goal to this point are 18-16 in favor of Dallas. 2 power plays to 0 for the Avalanche, or for Dallas. I mean, we've had no power plays so far, and Dallas is dominating the faceoff circle.
Yeah, I mean, usual.
Yeah. Let's see if that comes back to bite us at all, but it's been shots on goal in the second are 13-3 for Dallas.
Interesting. I mean, I feel like none of their shots have really been high danger chances, though.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like we're playing well. It's just feel like Dallas has had the puck the whole time.
Well, they've had the puck the whole time. Those back-to-back penalties kind of skewed the stats a little bit too.
Yeah, we had a couple good opportunities. I feel like our scoring chances have just been better.
Yeah, I mean, LOC had the best scoring chance on either of those power plays with off the post.
Yeah, and the Chushkin chance, like, that doesn't even count as shot on goal because he missed. But I'd say it was one of the better chances of the period.
Yeah, I mean, the Stars got that good chance right there, but still nothing too worrisome about. I hate that I know this game, because it's an Avs game, is going to get stressful here pretty soon, but I'm enjoying the fact that I'm not stressed out right now.
Yet. Not stressed out yet.
Yet.
Very, very important.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. It's like I tweeted during the Tampa game. It's not an Avs game if I don't physically feel the years being taken off my life.
Yeah. I mean, we both tweet about, like, we're both not ready for the playoffs. Like, that Lightning game shouldn't have stressed me out as much as it did. But
no. When we lost to Arizona, I was upset.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, and I realized, like, I'm not ready. We're going to lose a game in the playoffs, and I'm going to be furious.
Yeah, it'll be the end of the world.
Like, if we're down 2-1 in a series, like, I'm going to be inconsolable. Like, because this is the year. This is the year to win.
So it is. And I just want it so bad. I know the player. Oh, is that another penalty on Mikko? Did they call it? Nope. All right.
All right. I mean, it probably should have been, but
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even Mikko was looking at the ref, like, already expecting a call. They didn't give it to him. So probably should have been, but I'm fine with it.
I'm cool with it, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Did they get offsides there? Yeah, they got offsides.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little close.
That was off. Let's get some zones.
Dude, there was one last night in the Minnesota-Carolina game. I know we give referees a lot of shit. There was a linesman who had one of the best, like, I cannot believe he got that call right in the moment, because to the naked eye, that looks like, especially in real-time motion, I thought it was onside, and it was just millimeters outside of the blue line. Like, I know we rag on refs a lot, but linesmen, that job is ridiculous how right they get it. What is Matt going to the box for? I take back everything nice I just said about referees. What the fuck's going on here?
Why is he in the box? What happened?
What did they call?
I'm now very confused. What just happened?
They call slash? Cross check?
No way. No way. Really?
Okay.
That is a weak call. That happens 5 times a game.
I can't believe they called that against MacKinnon. That's okay. I take back everything nice I just said about officials.
That's a soft call. I don't know why you're calling that.
Okay.
Now, 3-0 in power plays for the Stars. So they're letting Dallas get away with everything, and we're going to get enforced like that. I don't understand that.
That makes 0 sense. Good job, Josty. I know Josty's been the rumors for Claude Giroux, but he has been solid defensively. Offensively, he has been not very good, but defensively, he's been solid.
Jost makes more sense to keep than Comfer.
Yeah, I agree.
Jost is younger and better defensively.
JT used to be really solid defensively, and he's just kind of regressed a little bit.
He's fine. He's not great defensively, but he's fine. I don't know.
There we go. I mean, there you go. They're showing our penalty kill percentage since January 14th.
Best in the league.
First in the league.
Okay, I'll take it.
I mean, now that they showed that the Stars are inevitably going to score right here.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can enjoy that stat before the Stars inevitably do score here. But, yeah, since the 14th, the best penalty kill in the league at 92.3%. There's Darren Helm. First time I've noticed him in 2 games. I thought it was Kadri at first.
He's been. That's kind of what you want though out of a fourth liner. Like just get out there, don't mess anything up, and call it good.
Yeah, the fact that I don't notice Darren Helm I'm perfectly fine with. Because that means he's not making mistakes and he's doing his job.
Which is what he was doing before he got injured.
Right. There was a point in time in early December where he was scoring like impressive goals.
Go now. Go.
Come on.
Rip it.
Get that 2-on-1.
Save.
All right.
Oh, they got a penalty on the Stars. All right.
Finally.
There we go.
Compher's in the cage. And of course, Jamie Benn doesn't like it. Okay, Jamie, your guy pushed him in.
Yeah.
Don't be a baby, buddy. I really just don't like
great play.
Does anybody like Jamie Benn?
I don't think so. We missed it on the last PK. Valnichushkin broke up a goal. I don't know if you saw that replay they showed. Like that was a great play by Valnichushkin, and he just continues to make great plays. Yeah, that's interference, man. I don't know what this guy's thinking about. I honestly think it's more impressive that Compher did not knock over Holtby in that.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. He didn't knock off the net. He didn't knock over Holtby. So we've got a 4-on-4 for 35 seconds. Jamie Benn goes to the box for interference. And we'll have an abbreviated Avs power play after this.
It should be good, though. I mean, you got MacKinnon coming out of the box, so you should be able to get the top unit out there pretty quick. They've had well rested. So just survive these 30 seconds, and you could be talking a chance to take that 3-0 lead we were talking about.
Yeah, and especially since the Stars have been in control for most of the second period. I'd feel like that would put them away.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
All right, we're gonna kill off the rest of this 4-on-4 and just slowly set up a power play. Devontae is gonna retreat.
Get the top unit out there.
Yeah, it's Sammy out there. You get Mikko out there, and now you got MacKinnon coming out of the box, and we're gonna get this set up nice and quick. It's going from watching the Capitals power play to the Avalanche power play. It really does make me appreciate how good our special teams actually
are. They're ranked 10th, which seems surprising. I mean, they've been a little cold
lately. Better than the Capitals, who are 27th.
Yeah. I mean, they've been cold lately, but MacKinnon's been out. I mean, that drop pass just hits different when it's to MacKinnon. It really does.
It's much better when you have a top 3 player in the league on it.
Nice pass.
Look at that. Finish that.
Keep it in kill. Nice.
All right, I'm liking this so far. This looks good.
So far, so good.
Good looking. It's good opportunity. That's a great shot from Mikko that just didn't get through.
It was a great save.
Yeah, you're not going to score on every single power play, but as long as it looks good and looks like this, then you're gonna bury them eventually. It's not like it's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, having MacKinnon back is just such a help. What a play by Cale Makar to keep that.
Love that. So good. Just tire them out.
Come on,
if we had that extra 35 seconds, that'd be huge.
Yeah. Come on, Nate. Feed Nate.
Set him up. And MacKinnon has a really underrated one-timer on that power play.
He does. I like it.
No one even knows Makar.
Kept
that in. What a play from Mac. That's a great power play right there. I know we didn't.
They moved the puck well. Dallas did a good job shutting down the shooting angles. That was just a good kill.
You're just not going to score on every single one, but that's as good a power play as you can ask for.
Especially from your top unit.
Yeah. I mean, you had the full minute 25 of zone time, and now they can't get off the ice, so they're still tired. You can still score here.
Oh, Landy's so close.
Oh, man. Just wide. All right, good scoring chances. That just goes out of the zone. Get some line changes here.
Yeah, they got offsides. Just barely.
Of course, Jamie Benn lays a hit 5 seconds after the whistle.
I'm not surprised. He's been looking to fight someone all day.
Yeah, because they're losing, and he's a baby.
Yeah. That was a great power play, man. I wish we would have gotten that third, but I mean, sometimes it happens.
Yeah, Jeremy's saying Helm is there only for the veteran leadership and scoring against Detroit, which will be useful next week because we will be playing the Red Wings again.
Yes,
we will be doing a live stream for that one, by the way, as well. You guys are gonna be seeing us a lot here, whether you like it or not. So
whether you like it or not.
But yeah, 20-18 in shots so far. We've got about 89 seconds left in the second period. Still no goals in the second. Still 2-0 for the Avalanche. and 3 power plays for the Stars versus 1 abbreviated one for us.
You got to think they're going to even it up here.
Probably.
You hope. It'd be nice to be on the other end of that for once.
Yeah. And Front Row Productions saying, I'm watching the Capitals game. I'm very sorry to hear that.
It's over now.
Thank God. I watched the first 2 periods of that game, and I could not wait for this game to start so I could stop watching it. I hate the Caps so much. We lost to the Senators.
Go, Nui, go. Go, Nui. Oh, good play, Heiskanen. I hate that I like Miro Heiskanen, too.
Miro Heiskanen is good.
40 seconds left.
We've got our resident new hockey fan saying, one offense I know nothing about in the sport is icing. How does it happen? So basically, you cannot dump the puck into the other zone from past the center line, or otherwise that is icing.
Nailed it on the head, Griffin.
Yeah. So like if right now Landeskog or Jack Johnson just throws it all the way down the ice and the Stars get to it first, then that is icing and the faceoff will come back into that zone. And as well, the team who iced it cannot change players. I'm not a rules expert, but I think that's pretty close. Come on, finish that. 4 seconds left in the period. All right.
Okay.
The run out of time.
I'll take that period, man. That's a good defensive period. The
Good
shots won't show it, but that was a good period.
Still leading in shots after 40 minutes and still up 2-0. I mean, could have been a lot worse, especially considering we were outshot 14-7.
Yeah, I'll take that all day, man.
3 power plays against. Yeah, that sounds common. You'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. It's basically just if you're behind the center line, you can't just throw it into the other zone to kill time. You have to actually carry it over the center line to dump it in.
Yep.
Like a lot of it seems complicated. Once you watch a couple of games and you start to pick up the rules, it'll get a lot easier. All right. Let's see. I think we're all caught up on comments here for the moment. So unless you guys have anything last second to throw at us, we're going to take a break while we get ready for the third and hopefully final period of this game.
It's bound to get stressful. Just buckle up.
It's going to get stressful, absolutely, unless we make it 3-0. If we make it 3-0, we'll win 3-2.
Was it the last stream we did with Chicago? There were 8 goals scored in the third period.
Oh yeah, there were 6 of them scored in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that game was 2-0. So
yeah, it was. It was very similar to this game.
Yeah, so I hope we don't have that again because I'm trying to enjoy my Sunday.
Yeah, we'll hopefully be good. So, all right.
All right, let's take a quick break as we get ready for the third and final period.
Hang on. I got to show you a comment.
Why is Samsonov's not to blame? He's not been great, but the team is terrible. It's not just his fault. I didn't see the final 2 goals. I do not know the third and fourth goal for Ottawa. Maybe they were the worst goals ever. I don't know yet. But Samsonov is not the biggest problem. Our biggest problem is that we cannot score on special teams. And trading for a goalie is not going to fix anything.
Yeah, I agree.
The team in front of him, like you're saying. So we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to stretch out my back and have some water. We'll be back in just a couple minutes as we get ready for period 3. All right. Hello once again, everybody. We are back here in the second intermission. 2-0 for the Colorado Avalanche at the moment as we head to the third. Shots on goal 20-19. I guess they gave the Stars another shot on goal in intermission. But let's get ready here for the third period. Even though the Stars had more shots in the second, I wouldn't say they necessarily dominated or that was a really Stars-controlled period. I thought we played very strong defensively.
I thought so too. I mean, this comment I think here nails it. Tighter checking period, but man, the Avs are clearly far superior in basically every way. I agree with that. I mean, we talked about that in the pregame. The Avs are the better team on paper. This shouldn't have been like such a close game because the Avs are significantly better, but the Stars are just our kryptonite. So seeing this has been really encouraging. It's going to get stressful, but I've enjoyed it so far. I don't know about you, Griffin.
Yeah, I've very much enjoyed this game so far. I mean, it's not every game's going to be a 6-0 blowout, and the only chance the Stars really have at beating us is to be much better than us defensively, and that just hasn't been the case. We've already potted 2 on their home ice, and I'd say we've matched them defensively as well. So, even then, like defensively, is Dallas even really better than us? Like, I think goaltending wise, I'd say it's a push. I'd say Kepler's probably a little better than Holtby.
I'd agree. I mean, he's definitely a little bit better. I'm interested to see just this third period because I agree. The Stars had some chances, but they had 3 power plays and they didn't score on one of them. So
yeah, they didn't really come particularly close.
Yeah, I don't think the Avs will take 3 penalties in this period. The first 5 minutes of that period are going to be huge. So if you can survive those first 5 minutes, you're gonna be in a good position to win.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you bury another one here in the third period to make it 3-0, I think it's done. At that point, Stars aren't going to be potting on you. 2-0. I'm not crazy comfortable with it yet, especially if the Stars get the next goal. It's not over yet.
No, this game's still very much in play. We've talked about it earlier too. The Avs have been really good about getting up 2-0, but they cannot get the third goal. So we'll have to see. I'm excited to see this third period. It's going to be a very, very fun one.
Yeah, it's going to be great indeed. Let's get back to some of these comments. Front row saying, I'm now watching the Devils game. Let's see, score for that one is 3-2 Penguins with just under 5 minutes to play. See some of the other scores that happened so far, unfortunately. Senators 4-1 over the Caps. Lovely. Sabres 5-3 over the Canadiens. Jeff Skinner, 4 goals on the night. He's at 20 on the season.
I won a lot of money off the Sabres winning that game, so I will take that.
We got a 3-2 lead for the Pittsburgh Penguins over the New Jersey Devils. Mike Matheson, Brian Rust, and Brian Boyle for the Penguins. Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier for the New Jersey Devils in that one.
Oh, pretty good day around the NHL.
Yeah. And Jacob's saying, boys, I got to go. Don't worry, buddy. We will see you on Wednesday when the Avalanche play the Vegas Golden Knights. We will be doing the live stream for that one and the other Vegas game at the end of the month. So we'll see you then, Jacob. Thank you so much for joining us once again. As you always do, you are the best, my friend.
I'm sure he'll be very cordial.
Oh, yeah, he'll be very kind to us in this one. We got our resident new hockey fan saying, as I'm only following the sport for a short time, be interesting to know the one team everyone hates and the one team everyone likes. Ooh. One team everyone hates, Chicago Blackhawks, Boston Bruins, 1 and 2. I feel like for everyone else, it can be, I know some people would say Toronto, some people would say Vegas. 2 teams that most people generally hate outside of fans of those teams are the Bruins and Blackhawks. I feel like I'm not off base with that.
You're not far off base. I mean, if you're talking just strictly Avs, I hate the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah, but like that's us. Like,
yeah,
of course,
that's just
they hate us. As for a team everyone likes, this is going to sound biased, but is it not the Avs? Like, I feel like outside of our direct rivals, I don't feel like anyone hates us.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think of another team that's really likable.
There's not a lot. I mean, no. I don't really think there's one team that everyone just consensus likes. Like even like some people pretend they like the Hurricanes. Like there's a lot of people that don't like the Hurricanes, including myself. Like,
I mean, Vegas was at the start, and now
the very start, like the first 3 months, everyone liked Vegas. Then they got old.
I think the Kraken. I think the Kraken are still new enough where no one really dislikes them, and
I don't think anyone likes them because they're just so boring.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, does anyone? People like Florida. I feel like Florida's kind of a lovable team. I don't know. Like, I don't really think there is a team that everyone just generally likes.
Yeah, it's not like a lovable loser.
If nobody hates you, then you're generally just not that good.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
it's not like right now in the NFL where everyone's on the Bengals side right now.
I'm trying to think. Like, I know that they're really good, but do people hate the Lightning?
Yes. Oh yeah. People
Oh,
hate the Lightning so
okay,
much
fair.
for the salary cap shenanigans last year, and people
Yeah,
hate fans.
fair. I was thinking that. Like, I don't really hate a
I
player
don't.
on the Lightning.
I'm fine with the Lightning. I do not
Yeah,
hate the Lightning, but I know a ton of people that hate the Lightning more than anything
it's fair.
because they've won recently.
Yeah.
That's why.
I like a lot of their players. Like, none of their players are like,
Oh yeah,
I hate this player.
Braden Point is awesome.
Yeah, Braden Point's awesome. I know Kucherov is kind of lovable, but hateable at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm fine with Kucherov when we're not playing him. But
yeah.
that's
I like
it.
Stamkos a lot too. Victor Hedman's awesome.
Yeah, Stamkos and Hedman are cool dudes.
I like that a lot. Okay. All right, fair. Yeah. To answer the question, I don't think there is a team that's universally loved.
Yeah, and Front Row Production has my heart and mind. I love the Caps and hate Vegas.
Love that.
Love
We're
that.
the same.
I agree. Yeah. And Jeremy saying, I do love how Ben used to be able to pick on any Avalanche player in the past, but now that Dermy is here, he wants none of that. Yeah. And now Jamie Benn just looks stupid going after. He only goes after players when they're already on the ice.
Yeah.
That's just what
He tried to fight McDermott, but McDermott was smart. He didn't fight him. He realized the Avs had all the momentum, and there's no point in dropping the gloves.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Curtis McDermott, I mean, we hated him at first when he came here because he sucked for the first two. He was 2 months of just being like, this guy doesn't belong in the league. Why is he even here? And now that he's been here and found a role and he works at it, we love him. He's great.
Yeah. He plays 10 minutes a game, and that's a lot. And he just does his job.
I mean,
and he hasn't done anything that's made me want to pull my hair out.
10 minutes for him is like 30 for Cale Makar.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Fagio, good to see you again, my friend. Is it Logan O'Connor time or what? I hope so. He's come close today. I think if it's not tonight, he's going to score a big goal in the next 2 games against either Dallas or Vegas.
Agreed. He's been playing well.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty well lately. And we got 7 minutes left until we start the third period now. Still 2-0 for the Avalanche. And yep, fair enough. I often hear Boston tends to be a very aggressive, dirty team. And you are correct, indeed.
You are correct.
Because they are.
Brad Marchand's an angel. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No one outside of Boston likes the Bruins. And the Blackhawks need no introduction as to why everybody hates them.
Yeah.
It starts at ownership.
Yeah.
Goes all the way down. We don't need to get into that here because, yeah.
Yeah.
Front row saying, I wonder if Neil is at the Devils game. I mean, maybe so. I'm sure if I looked at his Instagram or his Twitter, he might be there. And it's starting already for our new hockey fan. I just looked at the list of Stanley Cup winners, and sadly, Vancouver has never won it. But that's all good. I'm used to mediocrity. Oh, you poor sweet summer child.
Yeah. I mean,
you have picked a team with the Vancouver Canucks, my friend.
It's a lot of Canadian teams, honestly, that are like that outside of Montreal.
I don't think it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
That the Canadian team has not won it since 1993 because a lot of them, they think their way is the only way. And I don't think it's surprising, honestly. You look at a lot of Canadian teams, they are some of the worst run teams in the league. It's not even really close, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, until recently, like Toronto's, I think, is being run very well.
Yeah, Toronto's run well, but they have a curse and they're not going to win this year. Montreal was run terribly, and they've lost their way to a Stanley Cup. Edmonton is a joke. Like they're horrible. They have the 2 best players in the world. They can't even make the playoffs. They can't even guarantee they're going to make the playoffs this year, which is horrible.
Which is funny. I find it kind of funny.
It's very funny. But Peter Chiarelli and Ken Holland have been their last 2 general managers. They're horrible. And like Winnipeg, like they're fine. Like Vancouver, not great ownership, but they're fine, I guess. But they're not going to win anytime soon.
I'm encouraged with Bruce Boudreau and Jim Benning and the moves they've made.
Benning's
office. I'm encouraged.
Benning's gone. It's Rutherford.
Oh, why am I'm getting him in Rutherford. I keep doing that, man.
No, I did that, remember? A couple of weeks ago where I was like, oh, Rutherford's not there anymore. He just got fired.
Yeah.
I was talking to Isha, our Canucks guy. He was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's Rutherford. Jim Rutherford, I think. I like the moves he's making. Yeah. Not Jim Benning.
Yeah.
Although he did draft a pretty decent team.
Yeah. Well, he also had Judd Brackett draft that team, who's now in Minnesota. And now look at Minnesota. They draft well. It looks like it wasn't Benning at all.
Fair.
Yeah. Like, because I remember that, like, oh, the Jim Benning, he's a draft guy. And everyone was like, no, it's Judd Brackett who does it. And he just let him walk. And now look at their drafts. They stink.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they traded him for Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
They did. They traded it for Ekman-Larsson. They got Pod Colson, which was a good pick, but that's enough.
Oh, and then they got Connor Garland out of that trade too. I can't forget about Connor Garland.
They're talking about trading him already. Like,
not surprising.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
Vancouver. Yeah, you're in for a treat, buddy. Picking the Canucks.
Good luck.
Yeah. And on McDermott again from Jeremy. He looked like a beer league player in the beginning for sure. Now his confidence can't be any higher. The locker room loves him. And now we love him too.
Yep. He's the GOAT.
Yeah. And it's just it took a while. He had to find a role here. And now we know his role. He is a seventh defenseman who can come in and throw some bodies around.
Yep. He can throw some bodies around, and he's been good in his role.
Yeah.
I was shocked that they put him in and scratched Murray today. I was shocked.
Yeah, I mean, Murray just hasn't been good. Murray was bad against Tampa, like really.
Yeah, he was really bad, but I was a little surprised.
Yeah, it's been disappointing with Ryan Murray, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of knew that was a low risk, high reward signing.
Yeah, but I mean, there was no one left, and we needed another defenseman.
Yeah, I still think he's better than like a Patrick Nemeth.
Oh yeah, Nemeth is terrible.
Yeah, so. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what the Avs do with the trade deadline. They definitely need another defenseman.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think if Giroux wants to be traded, I think we get Giroux, and I don't know, like another depth guy, like an Andy Green, maybe. Like I don't know.
That wouldn't be terrible.
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, you look at our defensive depth. If Bo comes back, a guy we trade for defensively at the deadline might not ever play.
Yeah, that's true.
An older, experienced guy like Andy Green might not be a terrible idea.
Yeah, and I think you got to account for the fact that there's going to be another injury on the blue line.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Murray and Byram, who've suffered through a lot this season. And in the playoffs, you're not going to get through unscathed. It's just not a bad idea to have an extra guy.
Yeah, I completely agree. So we'll have to see.
It's just going to be interesting to see what we do because we don't have picks.
Yeah. We don't. We have a third round.
Actually, Peter brought this up before you were on our interview with him that we're going to release tomorrow. The Avalanche are going to lose a bidding war for Claude Giroux if he hits the market because we don't 100%. Have our first. So yeah, he's going to have to want to come here.
Yeah, 100%. We don't have the pieces to do it unless you're trading a Justin Barron or a Sampo Ranta, which I don't think you do for a rental player. If you were getting an RFA, maybe, but he's a UFA.
Yeah, but also at the same time, it's not just worth it to go for it and maybe trade one of those guys and go all in.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
as long as he doesn't end up on Minnesota, because if he goes to Minnesota, that makes Minnesota a legit team.
Or Vegas somehow just clears like 50.
Yeah, somehow
adds another player.
Trades Pacioretty for him.
Yeah, Pacioretty, who's like, is he back yet? Is he back?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
He's back.
He's been rumored to be out for the season like 4 times. They come back in like 2 weeks each time.
Every injury is like the end of the fucking world.
Yeah. Well, they're making sure that like, well, just in case we're going to put someone in LTIR till the playoffs. They're covering all.
Yeah, but it's out there.
Yeah. And our new fan saying, I won't be deterred. If I said I was following the Bruins or the Blackhawks, I'd be a plastic supporter. And if anything, people would like to support teams that win the Stanley Cup for the first time. If I get to witness it in Rogers Arena, it'll be worth it. I love your optimism. I love it. However, it's Canucks. But if that would be cool for you if they do it. It would be cool for anybody.
I don't know. I'd like to see the Canucks win it as long as it's not.
I like the Canucks. I'd like to see them win it. Yeah. But I think they're
a ways away.
They're a ways away. Pettersson needs to be better. They have the right pieces if they can build around them. But anything can happen, really.
Anything really can happen. We'll see, though. We'll see.
McDermott's the only one that can stand up to Delorier. We might see Delorier in the playoffs if the Ducks get that wild card spot.
Which it's looking more and more likely.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're puck drop for the third period final.
What, already?
Yep, 2-0 for the Avalanche, and puck drop is underway. Third period is underway now, and I'd say next goal is pretty important.
Crucial. It's crucial, man.
Mm-hmm. I was saying, can you guys tell me the NBA trade deadline starts before the NHL trade deadline, which the NHL season starts before the NBA season? I don't know why the schedule works like that, but the NBA trade deadline is just better. I also think it makes more sense to have it earlier, so you have
Yeah,
more
I
time
agree.
so you have more time with a new team instead of just like the final month and a half of the season.
It would make a lot of
Because
sense.
you look at the Leafs last year with Nick Foligno, he played like 3 games with. I mean, he was hurt for a lot of the time, but like a lot of these trade deadline guys, they don't have a ton of time with their new team, and it takes a while to adjust to a new team in the
I mean,
middle of
look at Darcy Kemper.
Yeah, it's like if we got Kemper at the deadline, he wouldn't have started to be good until like the second round of the playoffs.
100%. If we even get there.
Right, exactly. Like it mostly just makes sense to trade for your guys at the deadline and add more depth pieces, or not in the offseason, you add your big pieces and your depth pieces at the deadline, with odd exceptions like Claude Giroux.
Yeah. I don't know how that. I feel like Kadri got pulled down to the ice right there.
Yeah, well, they're not calling anything on them
Yeah.
so far. Let's see. And Jerry's saying, I see Calvin DeHaan as a great option if Byram doesn't come back. I like Calvin DeHaan. I think he could be a pretty good option. But I think also if we're trading for Giroux, then it might be a little hard to make some of that salary work. And also, DeHaan might fetch a little more than like the 3rd round pick that we can give Chicago. So it's gonna be tough to win these bidding wars because we already traded most of our assets, and if we're not trading picks, we're digging into our prospect pool.
And our prospect pool's good, but it's not like high end.
Yeah, like we have pieces, but Newhook is already up here. Barron's going to be up here soon, and a lot of our other guys are lottery tickets.
Yeah, I mean they really are. So we'll have to see. It's going to be interesting. It really comes down to, does Giroux want to come to Colorado? Because if it's a bidding war, not winning.
Yeah,
because he has a no movement clause, right?
I believe so. I think it's a modified no trade clause, but they're not gonna do wrong by him.
Yeah, because he just shoot it down.
Right. If he wants to come here, he will, and they want him back in the offseason, so they're not going to trade him somewhere he doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
Just
have him go chase a cup, and then hopefully he comes back.
Yeah.
That's what's interesting. I just don't know. I mean, we saw the rumors that or it wasn't rumors, it was facts that the Flyers had a bunch of scouts at not only the Avs game on Thursday, but at the Eagles game on Friday.
Yeah.
So
it's the number one rumor for a reason.
Yeah. Like there's got to be a little bit of smoke to that fire.
Right. And like Jeremy says, if we have a chance at Giroux, if we evolve a 3rd team like Arizona in the trade. See, you can trade for Giroux and make the money work if the Flyers retain 50 and you move a Jost or a Comfer in return. Because that way it does make the money work. But if we're not taking someone off of the roster, then yeah, it would have to be a 3rd team.
Which the Coyotes would be perfect for.
Yeah, I mean, the Coyotes, they will do anything for more draft picks this season.
They will take as much salary as possible because they were at like the league floor, weren't they?
Oh yeah, they're going to be even closer to it at the deadline because they're going to be trading half of their team again.
Yeah. Oh, Darcy, just catch that puck, bro.
See, now you're ahead of me again. Like not by much. It's like 2 or 3 seconds, but you are ahead of me again. I don't know why that happens. I have not.
I've been reloading every period. So once the period starts, I'll just reload because it gets behind during the intermissions for some reason. That was an open hand grab of Mikko's face. Okay.
All right. Letting that go now. But yeah.
But it's a good start for the Avs so far. I like the start. I mean, they're going to hopefully survive. They got 55 seconds, survive these first 15 or 5 minutes and looking pretty solid.
Yeah. Only about 4 minutes into the period. Shots on goal at this point are 22-20 for the Avalanche. Maybe, like I said before, if you get the 3rd goal here, that's a wrap. You put it away.
Yeah, 100%. Just keep it. Good shot, EJ. Yeah, tip that. Who is that in front? Is that Berkey? Yeah, Berkey's not much of a deflection guy.
Yeah,
you can tell right
never
there.
Been much of a deflection guy.
Yeah,
he's no Joe Pavelski or Landeskog.
Dude, that stat they're showing right now, most goals by defensemen through 45 games. I would have thought the Avs would have been higher. I did not know the Washington Capitals in 1992 and 1993 had 55 goals.
Oilers with more. But
That's
yeah, we're
crazy.
the only team of the new century on there at all. 44 goals through 45 games so far.
Almost half of them by that man they're showing on the stream right now, Cale Makar.
Yep, he's got 18 on the season alone. I mean, that's a lot. Also, 45, like that's bigger than 18. You're getting a lot more from Taze, Gerard, and
I think Taze has 9 goals now?
Yeah, Taze, he's coming close to 10 now at this point.
Yeah. He'll get there. The way he
Yeah.
jumps up in the play. Oh,
Yeah. I
Jack
mean,
Johnson.
like even a guy like EJ's even buried a couple.
Yeah. It would have been fun if EJ was still in his prime when this was going on.
Yeah. I mean, he still has a place on this team at the
Oh,
moment,
100%.
but that could go at any moment.
Yeah. And it sucks that he was injured for most of his prime when they needed him most.
Yeah. Last year we really could have used him in the playoffs.
And that one's not his fault, man. He got
No.
undercut by Jordan. It was a clean hit, but his head hit the ice and
Yeah.
was over.
But it's like if we have EJ and Kadri against Vegas in the second round, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, good shot, Nui. I do like. I'm happy the second line's back together, but I liked when Alex Newhook was playing top 6 minutes, and
Yeah.
it's only going to be for this year because more than likely he's going to be a top 6 forward next year. But I just feel like we're wasting him a little bit on this third line.
Yeah, I mean that's just how good our depth is right now.
Yeah.
And it's great to have a luxury like Alex Newhook who you can plug up and down the lineup whenever you want.
Yeah, and I mean he's going to be top 6, but I feel like at this point in his career right now, who knows? Eventually, he could be a guy where he's creating offense for others. He needs someone to create offense for him,
Yeah.
like set him up. And I don't know if JT Compher or Logan O'Connor is going to do that for him.
Yeah, well, that's also where Claude Giroux could come in. You plug in Giroux on the second line with Berkey and Kadri or Val and Kadri, and you maybe bump a Berkey down to that third line to play with Newhook, and your depth gets even better. Now you're setting up Newhook for even more success.
Yeah, but he's been. I mean, Newhook's at what, 10 goals? Is he at 10 now?
I think so, at least.
Yeah, he's that's really good for a rookie. Like that's. He could, if he gets hot, get to 20. I don't think it's going to happen. I think 15 is more likely, but still for a rookie year where he missed a
15,
large
16.
part of the season.
Yeah, 15, 16, I think, is right in his wheelhouse. He's at 10 right now in 35 games because he missed the early portion of the season because he got sent down to the AHL.
Oh, Cale Makar.
All right, we're getting closer now. Cale looks so good right now.
How does he do that on his skates?
I don't know how he does it. I've never seen anybody do it like him.
It just goes like, I'm going to totally sound like an idiot. Is it perpendicular? Is that the word I'm looking for?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea either. That just sounded smart coming out of my mouth. But yeah, I don't know how he does that. It's ridiculous. I've never seen another player. Ooh, that's a good stretch.
I just don't know how you move like that on skates. Like I don't think
I can't move like that walking, let alone on a slippery surface with blades attached to my feet.
Yeah, there's never been a player that does it as well as he does.
Yeah. Oh, good play. Is that Sammy? That was a good defensive play by Sammy. All right, first TV timeout. I mean, this period's been pretty solid so far. I know the Avs haven't scored, but
we're already 7 minutes down in the period.
Yeah, the Stars have zero momentum.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeremy's saying the 83 Oilers is only because of Paul Coffey. Yeah, pretty good player last I checked.
We talked about that on the pod, man. I mean, it's just
I
don't know.
Paul Coffey was complimenting Cale Makar and how good he is.
Yeah, he's the fastest skater in the NHL. All the Blues fans got triggered.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that with Peter, and Blues fans were getting mad at him because he tweeted out something that Paul Coffey said. It was not Peter's opinion.
Yeah, Larry said it in big. That's why I laughed so hard because in the tweet you can see like Paul Coffey quote.
Yeah, Paul Coffey said this. Like, Peter, how dare you say he said that?
That he lost the fastest skater.
He lost the fastest skater because that's the only measurement for fast skaters.
Yeah. I mean, we know that Connor McDavid's the fastest player in the NHL.
Yeah. Kyrou won one contest that McDavid was not trying in.
Like we know that Connor McDavid is by far the fastest player in the NHL.
Right. Not particularly close.
Yeah. MacKinnon's top 5, I'd say.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Top 5?
MacKinnon, I'd say, has the most powerful skating in the league. Like his acceleration is up there with McDavid's. McDavid's much smoother, but MacKinnon, he just bowls right through you.
Yeah, he does. I mean, McKinnon's just a bull in a china shop sometimes.
Yeah.
And then Cale Makar just does stuff like we were talking about. His feet will be sideways, and somehow he's still going forward.
Yeah, he's practically a figure skater.
Yeah. Like, was it the goal last year against? I think it was against Vegas. He scored on a breakaway, and his skates were just basically like his ankles were almost touching the ice. That's how low his center of gravity was.
Yeah. First of all, defenseman scoring on a breakaway, hilarious.
Yeah. Still funny that Jack Johnson has one goal, and his one goal.
Yeah, has one goal, and it was the first goal of the season, and it was on a breakaway on Marc-Andre Fleury. It does not get less absurd with time. It only gets funnier.
And with the Blackhawks, like they were still like projected to be good at that point too.
Yeah. I think we single-handedly sunk their season. Like, no, you're nothing.
Yeah.
You are nothing. You are
All right,
nowhere
boys,
close.
let's go here. I will say I like Knack a lot more on the fourth line.
What was that? You broke up there for a second.
I like Aubé-Kubel on the fourth line a lot.
Yeah,
more.
I love Knack. I mean, it wasn't fun being 500 to start the season, but it got us Aubé-Kubel for free that we were just able to have.
He's been great too.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the offensive zone penalties, he's been good.
Yeah, I hope my connection's not cutting out all of a sudden. Do I?
No, you're good.
Yeah, because you sound like you're breaking up a bit. It looked like my feed was starting to load again, but we should be fine.
Yeah, we'll troop through it. That should be good.
Through it. We got 12 minutes to go in the third period. Still a 2-0 lead for the Avalanche. No goals since the first period. Like, I thought this game was going to start slow, but it started fast, and there's been not much since.
I'm not surprised though, man. Like these two teams, like the Stars are not a high-scoring team.
Yeah. This kind of just looks like it did the first time we played them, except the opposite. Just we're the ones that have the lead. Just
dump and chase.
Yeah. It seems like whoever scores first when we play each other wins like almost every time.
Yeah. What was that? What was a stat I saw? Oh, it was the Oilers. When they score first, they're like undefeated this year.
Yeah, that's just the problem. They've scored first the least in the NHL.
Yeah. I think it was like 13 times they've scored first. Oh, just get it out. Just get it out. Go, Mac.
Come on.
Oh, God, he's so fast. Oh, good.
Oh, man, look at him go. Oh, he should have just taken that.
Yeah.
He should have just drove that to the net.
It's all good, though. He could have drawn a penalty, but.
Yeah, I mean, just.
There you go. He drove the net right there. There goes Cale Makar again.
If you have a lane to the net, just take it. Oh, man. Like, we just have so many good skaters.
Great save by Holtby.
Oh, man. That's a great save on Landeskog there. I mean, we have MacKinnon blazing through the outside. You got Makar blazing through that same wing. Like, there's not much you can do to stop them.
Nope. I mean, that was a great shift right there. I just want this third goal, man. We just need this third one. This game's over.
Like, you just got to put them away. Like, we've struggled this season with getting that third goal to put games away. I really hope we can get it here.
Because this has been I wouldn't say they've dominated this period. It's been a good defensive period.
No, I'd say since we scored our 2 goals, this has been an even game.
Oh, JT, EJ.
A good offensive zone time here, at very least.
Yeah, I don't know why EJ goes back up to the point there. I just would have gone down low. But
yeah, just keep that in.
That's all you're looking for is zone time here. That's a good shift by that third.
I like this so far. You got Comp for an LOC and Newhook working hard. But the thing about Newhook that works so well is that he just works so hard too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of young players rely a lot on their skill. Newhook just he's got such a motor time after time again.
He's going to be good, man. He's already good. He's going to be one of those players that if the Avs do win a cup, he's going to be, I think, like a Berkey or a Varanov for the Caps. He's going to get moved because he's going to command so much money.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got like 2 years left on his entry-level deal. So
that's what I'm saying. But in like 2 years, who knows where he's going to be?
But like, if Kadri does go in the off season, or Berkey as well, you can easily just plug him right in on the second line.
100%.
Like he's ahead of where I thought he was going to be. Like, he's just been outstanding. Okay. Well, I was going to compliment Jack Johnson. They screwed it up.
He did okay. He prevented a breakaway, so I count that as a win.
He didn't give up a breakaway, which is something.
Yeah, I count that as a win.
That is a win at the end of the day. We're already halfway done this period. There's 9 minutes to go in the third. This is going real fast. There's not a lot of whistles in this game,
which is I'm cool with, man.
Yeah, I'm totally fine. I thought we were going to be done at 5.
See, here's the thing I love too. I love, like, I talk about Olympic hockey. There's no commercial breaks in Olympic hockey, and the games go so fast.
Especially good when it's like midnight here on the East Coast and the game starts.
Like, it's great. I don't know. Like, I get the NHL has to make their money, and I get these broadcasters have to make their money, these broadcast stations. But hockey is a sport that when there's no commercials, it just flows. It's great.
Yeah. I hate just how many ads are shoved in our face sometimes. Like, you just look at the boards; they're covered in ads. Pepsi, Volkswagen, Progressive, and then commercial break with more ads. We're going to put ads in jersey, ads in helmets.
Well, that's the thing with ESPN Plus too, and they did the same thing with NHL TV. They show the same commercials all year, it seems.
They do.
Like, the amount of times I've seen Robert Pattinson's cologne commercial or perfume commercial is a little bit ridiculous.
I feel like I only see it when we're streaming.
Yeah. Like, I just wish that they could get some variety of commercials for me.
Yeah.
Oh, go Ack. Speed.
Come on, win that race.
Good hit.
And Holtby's very good at getting out of the net.
Yeah. I mean, this top line has looked really good, and they're only going to get better the more time they have. I mean, how many games do you think they've played combined this year, the three of them?
Maybe
it's got to be
like,
under 10.
Nah, I think it's like 20, but.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, MacKinnon's been healthy for he was healthy for most of last month, and that was what, like 13 games?
Yeah, but wasn't Landy out for a little bit?
Not too long.
Oh, that's right. We had the COVID break when he got hurt because he was hurt and he was going to be out for like 2 weeks, and then we had the COVID break.
So I feel like it's probably closer to 20.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Or
like Miko, knock on wood, hasn't missed any.
Yeah, it's like 20, 25.
And I think as Avs fans, we just have to prepare. It's offsides. Oh, they called it onsides. If Bednar, I wouldn't be surprised if Bednar takes some, gives some players some rest later on in the season if they have like home ice clinch. Because he doesn't care about the President's Trophy.
That can be a little dangerous sometimes, though.
It can be a little dangerous, but you got the President's Trophy. Like, you don't really care about the President's Trophy. Last year, you wanted to win it because it was home ice against Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're starting to break up.
Go, Knack.
You're starting to break up a little bit here.
Uh-oh. All right. We'll troop through the final 5 minutes, hopefully.
Yeah. You kind of seems like you're talking through a ham radio, but should be fine.
We'll troop through. Better now?
Not really, but.
Oh, awesome.
We'll work on it. If you want to like leave and come back, I can take some comments real quick.
All right. I'm leaving. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll add you right back when you're done. Donnell asking if we're going to see the Uncharted movie this Friday or pass on it. And right when Christian leaves, there's a goal from AVQPEL to make it 3-0 because we could not have timed that any better. Could not have timed that any better. Max scores to make it 3-0 with 6:10 to go in the third period as Christian misses it. We could not have timed that any better, even if we tried. It's like a script right there. But yeah, Donnell, I'm going to pass on the Uncharted movie this Friday. I never have much interest in video game movies. And look who's back. And look who's back from AVQPEL to make it 3-0.
Let's go, baby.
Could not have timed it any better. You were gone for 30 seconds.
Hey, I mean, that's how it works sometimes.
Oh, man. I forgot you have the flash score. So probably not.
I'm pulling it up right now. I got you. Don't worry, man. We're here. We're here.
I thought for some reason I thought the flash score would just stay, but
yeah, it's all good. There we go. We're back. 3-0. Let's go, Avs.
Promise we're professionals here.
Yeah, sometimes.
But we got the 3-0 lead. All it took was us changing up the strategy a bit. We got to get Christian out of here sometimes. Just so we can miss it live on stream. But you could not have timed that any better.
That's
left
funny, dude.
5 seconds and Kubel just ripped it top corner.
Well, that seems like I'm not going to say anything. That feels like the game.
I think we're done here. We got 5:30 to go in the third period. 3-0 for the Avalanche. We're going to win this game.
100%.
We've been asking for the 3-0 lead for 2 periods now, and we've got it. Okay, good shot from Burke. You pick up that rebound, son. All right, let's get back to some of these comments here. But yeah, Donnell was asking if we're going to see the Uncharted movie this Friday. I'm going to pass on that. I do not.
Yeah, I never played those games.
I love the Uncharted series, but that's the thing. We already have the story. Like, I don't agree with a lot of video game movies. Like, we already know what the story is. I don't think you need a movie for it.
Yeah. Halo, like the Halo show on Paramount looks interesting, but
that one's different because the Halo universe is like universe. Like Uncharted's like a very contained story. Don was saying, I like when the Coyotes were called the Phoenix Coyotes, not feeling the name Arizona. Yeah, Phoenix just feels a lot more personal, I guess. Arizona's very broad. Yeah, Jeremy's saying the skating on this team is ridiculous.
100%.
Like you have MacKinnon pass the puck to Cale Makar, and like, what are you going to do about that? Like, Mikko Rantanen's a really good skater who just gets overshadowed because he might be like 3rd or 4th on the team.
Yeah, I mean, he's so natural. Like, he glides.
Yeah, he makes it look effortless.
He glides. It's just simple for him.
Yeah.
Devon Taves is also a really underrated skater, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't make mistakes.
No. Oh, good shot, Nui.
Yeah. We also got Jacob back in. Love you,
What's up,
Jacob. Thanks for joining us once again. And I'm so sorry. I'm going to absolutely butcher your name. I'm very, very sorry. But we've got Balazs Barisa joining us. Go Avalanche forever. Greetings from Hungary. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate that. And then, and Christian will be pissed that he missed that. I mean, we could not have timed that better. That was incredible. You left for 30 seconds, and it immediately ends up in the net.
I mean, that's just how it works. It's just comedy. We provide comedic relief.
I don't know what I expected, but
I was still watching the game.
Yeah, but it's just like 30 seconds. Oh, I gotta fix my feed real quick so I don't sound like I'm talking through a radio. Like, oh, okay, now and we score, leaving.
And we score.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
it's all good, man.
Yeah, and Alexis hologram ad near the blue lines is so annoying. Yeah, they shove as many ads as I'd be surprised if in 10 years you can even see the whites of the ice. It's just gonna be all ads.
Well, it'll be like it is in Europe.
Yeah. Jerseys are going to be covered. The ice is going to be, they're going to use every single inch. It's all going to be so the cap can go up. The cap never goes up because of ads.
It goes up because of TV revenue.
Right. You think that they're sharing, the owners are sharing any of that money?
No. Was that penalty on Landy? Nope. All right. These refs are just saying, screw it. We're going here.
They're letting it go at this point. You already have Stars fans filing out of the building, and they've emptied the net. Holtby goes to the bench with 2:30 to go. Let's see if we can make it 4-zip.
We got one last TV timeout. This game's flown by, man.
It really has. I mean, our other streams have been like 3 hours long. We're probably going to hit 2:30, maybe.
Maybe. I'm okay with it, man.
Yeah. I'm going to go stretch my back out because when I sit for these streams, I hunch like this. So
see, that's why I try and lean back. You'll see me do this with my arms and just like try and stretch out as much as possible.
Well, I've done that, but then I've noticed my audio is not very good.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. Let's see. And Jacob asking, is Christian bad luck? Gotta ask the question.
I mean, it's quite possible.
It's quite possible. I mean, we win the game. We win the games we're live streaming most of the time. We just win all the time, period. So
yeah.
I mean, if anything, actually, counterpoint, the one time Christian did not go to a home game, we lost.
They lost. I still have not seen an Avs loss.
He has not seen an Avs loss in 3 months. So to the contrary, Christian is very good luck.
Yeah. When we're at the game. When I'm at the game, I'm good luck.
See, first heard of ice hockey when I was growing up and came across the Mighty Ducks movies. I always thought they were the most successful team in the NHL. How wrong I was. They get all the attention. I mean, the Mighty Ducks were an NHL team in the early 2000s, the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, and they won a Stanley Cup in 2006 or 7.
Was it that?
I mean, it was 07, and they went to the final when they were the Mighty Ducks in 03.
Yeah, Paul Correa got knocked out.
Yeah, the Paul Correa goal. So like there was a Mighty Ducks team. Now they're just the Anaheim Ducks.
You ever look back on that Paul Correa goal and just think how far the NHL's come? Because remember, like it was a big deal that he was knocked out cold and he came back and played. Now you look at that and you're like, what was he doing? Why is he coming back out?
So dangerous. Like he scored, but like how many years of his life did he trade for that?
Yeah. I mean, it cost him his career, his concussions eventually, but
yeah, no surprise.
But yeah, that was wild.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm sweating right now because I turned the heat up.
That's a rookie mistake, man. Always keep it at 63.
I had it off for the last 3 days because it was 50 degrees. I was like, oh man, it's like 59 degrees in here now. I'm gonna turn the heat on. And I did not turn it off before I started the stream. So the sooner this game is over, I would appreciate it.
We got 2:16 left. Stars.
I'm not there yet. I'm at 2:18.
Okay. Looks like the Stars aren't going to pull their goalie anymore.
Well, they pulled them earlier.
Oh, they did. Empty net. Yeah. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Empty net for the Stars. Let's see if we can make it 4-0 here and finish this one off. We've got 2 minutes left to play as Holtby goes to the bench. I mean, well, they're not doing that great a job so far. That puck just kind of went right out of the zone.
It's Mac Landy. That's game, bro.
Get it there. All right, he'll take it himself.
I thought you were going to call penalty.
That's it. We're done. 4-0 Avs on the empty net. This one is done and dusted. We're going to go into Dallas, a team that we have not beaten in the regular season in a long time, and take it to them. I'm really impressed by this. You go out and you beat Tampa Bay 3-2 in a crazy playoff-like game. You go on the road, you play a great defensive performance, and you win this one big.
It was a great game. This has been a great game. And we talked at the beginning of this game about how The Avs are going to need to play a great game to beat them, and they did it. This was a great defensive game.
Yeah, and I was worried about this one. I will say, like
I was too.
Going on the road to play Dallas, especially when you're playing them at home the next night. I thought maybe we'd go 1-1, but now you're going back home, having won this game and having not lost a home game in regulation in 3 months. You're putting yourself in a real good spot, and then you're setting yourself up the next night on Wednesday to go on the road to play Vegas.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So far, we thought this was going to be a really important month. They're 2-0, and in both games, like the Tampa Bay one, Tampa Bay is obviously a much better team than Dallas, but you still won that game, and I thought you
without
played
MacKinnon.
Without MacKinnon. So I've been really impressed so far with this team. I keep waiting for them to let me down, and they just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, like I keep being like, okay, well now they're playing like 15 games in 20 days. Surely then they win all 15, and like, okay, now they're playing some better teams. Surely they're gonna have to drop one to Tampa Bay or Dallas. They win them both. Like
what's our point streak at now? How many games is this row in points?
Jeez, man, because the last one was Nashville before the COVID break, so it's really long at this point. I don't even know if we have enough time left in the stream for me to count it.
We'll recap on the pod.
And like no one's talking about it. Like we haven't lost in regulation in nearly 2 months.
Yeah. Like it's crazy right now what's going on. The last time I remember this happened remember when Chicago did that in the shortened season?
Yeah, like Chicago was real good that season. And they went on to win a cup that year. So I mean,
I want to say it was the Avs who broke that point streak too. They went in Chicago and Varley made like 60 saves or something like that.
Sounds right, honestly.
Because then I remember Patrick Kane had like a 32-game point streak at one point.
Yeah. And that team went on to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
So maybe some good juju.
Hopefully.
We got our fan from Hungary saying this team is amazing. Greetings from Hungary. Thank you so much for spending the time with us here on this stream. We do appreciate it as always. Jacob's saying the Stars suck. It's 4-0. I expected a little more from Dallas in this game. They've played well, but defensively we've just shut them down.
Yep. I almost said the S word, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, we're monetized now.
Yeah.
See, I often watch top 10 fights in the NHL. I just think it's hilarious how the refs just stay back while the fighting goes on. It's like they accept it has a place in the sport. I mean, we'll see if it does in the next decade or so, because with all we know about concussions and everything, I think fighting as a mutually agreed upon thing isn't going to go anywhere, but they'll probably add a little more protection to it.
100%. Make them wear their gloves the entire time.
Yeah. Jacob's saying, I believe it's 11 points in a row. I think it's much longer than that.
Yeah. There we go, man. Darcy Kemper, second shutout of the year.
All right. People begged a month ago for Darcy Kemper to steal games. And now look at this. Another shutout for Kemper, 4-0 on the road in Dallas. What else do you want from him? What else do you want from this team? Like if they go into Vegas on Wednesday when we do this stream and put up a performance like this, I have nothing left to say.
Yeah.
Like I legitimately have nothing left. Like you've done everything you need to do to set yourself up for the playoffs. If you beat Vegas one of these 2 times, like
I think that's what you have to do is beat them once.
Yeah, like you're going on the road to Vegas. Surely you don't win both, right? I've said that so many times.
I want to stop believing in this team, but every single time they just keep doing it, man.
All logic says that eventually they're going to lose, right? And they just never do. They just never lose. Like it's unbelievable.
I want to stop believing it, but they're just going to keep doing it. So
they just keep winning. And January they did get a little lucky sometimes, but games like this are not luck. That was pure skill. That was just we are better than you.
We'll see, man. We'll see. That was a great game. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but
yeah, it's like Jeremy says. I don't know what else to say about this team. Can we fast forward to May, like right now? Like I don't have anything else. If you beat Vegas, especially if you beat them twice, what do you say at that point?
There's nothing else to say.
There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say about this season. It's the best team in the league right now. If they don't win the Stanley Cup, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how you can build a better team than this.
Especially if you add a Claude Giroux too.
Yeah, like if you add Claude Giroux to this team, like especially if you don't get out of the second round, then the sport's random, and there's no point in even having a regular season.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this team. Let's wrap up some of these comments and get everyone on their way to the Super Bowl.
Yep. We got Donovan saying Avs are an absolute machine. Congrats from Germany. Thank you so much for joining us. Jeremy saying what we're saying, winning in every way possible. Just in every way you can imagine. They just keep finding ways to get the job done. And greetings to Denver too. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We do appreciate it. Jacob saying have fun in the Fortress. I think it's going to be a ton of fun because we're both going to be on a back-to-back for that one. So at least it's even.
Have fun in the Fortress. Yeah.
Victor asking, did Makar score any? He did not tonight, but he played very, very well.
He had 2 assists.
Well. Yeah, 2 assists. I think he played great defensively too.
Man, he was great. The entire team was great. It's tough to complain about anything.
Jeremy asking, wasn't the last regulation loss Dallas? That was the second to last one because we lost that. We lost the COVID game to Nashville where we were missing half our team, and so was Nashville. The Dallas loss was like our last normal loss. That was late November, man. Like,
yeah, I was in Michigan when that happened.
Yeah. Victor saying his dad's at the game. That's pretty cool.
There you go.
Got our new hockey fans saying, great stream, guys. I'm heading off. Good luck to Colorado. Go Canucks. I can say that because we played the Canucks 3 times. Nope, played them twice. We have one more game against the Canucks. So go Canucks for all except that one.
Except for that one.
Yeah, except for that one. Donovan saying 1996, 2001, 2022. That's going to be the new Stanley Cup banner hanging in Ball Arena next season. And when we're doing live streams next year, it's going right there.
Yeah, we'll have one. Hopefully, man.
I'm going to be there when we hoist that cup. I'm coming to Colorado.
Crossed.
I'm
Fingers
going
crossed,
to Colorado. It's and the COVID game against Nashville was the last regulation loss.
Yep.
And Don was saying, are you guys going to have a Super Bowl party or not? I have to do homework because I'm still in college. So
I will be at a Super Bowl party.
Yeah. I'm going to have a party with my dog, Daisy, and we're going to have a good time.
There you go.
Yep. Jacob saying we are holding the Fortress down from y'all. We'll see.
We'll see
about that.
We'll see, Jacob.
We won a couple times last year in Vegas.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see you on Wednesday, Jacob. We'll see if you're still talking all this smack when we get there.
All right. My computer is fritzing out right now. So we're gonna wrap this up before my computer explodes. So thank you to everyone who has joined us for this one. And we'll catch you guys in a couple days because we're gonna be back on Wednesday with another one. So, and like Jacob says here, might be the Jack Eichel return game for the Golden Knights. So hope to see you guys there. And Victor went to 1 Avs games in 2014. You're good luck, man. We beat Dallas again tonight. So we'll see you guys on Wednesday. We've got another watch along coming, I believe, I think for every day up until Wednesday. But we'll see you guys for that one, for the Eichel return game and my most anticipated game of the season against the Golden Knights. And hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much once again for joining us. If you like what we're doing here at the Hockey Podcast Network, feel free to subscribe. We got more watch-alongs coming every single day. Use promo code THPN at DraftKings Sportsbook for access to exclusive offers. And again, thank you for joining us. This is always a ton of fun to hang out with you guys and just to watch hockey as a job. It's unbelievable. And it's all thanks to you guys. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you Wednesday.